Hello? Alright. Let's get started. What the heck is this? Ah, yes, the molar. Okay. The Nocturnal Sweeping. Oh my god, did this come out in New Year's? I didn't even realize. Jan, Dante, any idea where that leftover cake from yesterday went? No idea. I mean, why would I know? I can't even eat. Okay, I forgot that Dante cannot eat anything. This is so long since I played Limbus Company. Holy shit. Did Donkey already get her paws on him? Rhodia rubbed her tired eyes, muttered something about how we should have partied in her room instead, and stumbled to the back door. The New Year's came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus after the various incidents at the LCE. The sinners all came from different backgrounds and parts of the city, but an annual celebration for New Year's seemed to be a thread that connected their cultures together. They began floating the idea of a New Year's party and... Excellent! Then permit me the honor of hosting this banquet. With her usual overdramatic boast, coupled with the familiar twinkle in her eyes, Don Quixote declared that there would indeed be a New Year's party, and thus it was decided. Again, after all the hell we went through with the back door and whatnot for the out-of-season Christmas celebration? Yet I must insist, for 'twas but an effort to decorate the bus, the intent quite divorced from the act of celebration. Don Quixote glanced at Sinclair, sheepishly scratching the back of her head. Oh, don't worry about me, really. Haha. Well, 'tis true that mine actions hath brought thee quite the distress. Unintentionally, I might add, thus I ask thee, oh my god, wouldst thou not agree that a communal event to mark the occasion might freshen both our spirits and bodies? I can't even begin to imagine her amnesiac self even taking a moment to give a damn about how Sinclair might take it, but I guess with memory came tact. You know, it's our first New Year's together. Oh. Hold up. Is this capturing a different thing? Eh? Alright, hold up. Sorry, What? Why is it capturing that? Okay, there you go. Oh my god. Anyways. You know, it's our first New Year's together. It sure is an occasion for a celebration, huh? Gotta hear that bell go ding to really mark the transition to a new year, right? It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year in company of one another. This is indeed a cause for celebration. A bowl of noodles before the last night of the new year fades. Classic. Sob, such bubbling enthusiasm from you warmeth mine own heart. Forsooth, the grandiosity of this banquet shall be one for the books. Fireworks most brilliant, enough delicacies to... Caron, when's our next stop? Miffy will be running nonstop for 3 days at least. Only dum-dums stop on a fast road. So she says. Virgilius muttered with his usual sardonic edge, one fist under his chin. Fee. Is it fire fee? Oh god. For next year's celebration, the banquet shall be prepared ere the promised hour. Don Quixote's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but Rhodia brought out the cakes and cookies she'd stashed in her room so we could at least hold a small celebration for the New Year's together. Aww. After that, we all stayed up together, watched New Year's first sunrise briefly paint the city in gold, then retired to sleep. When everyone woke up, rubbing their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. What the heck? There was a behemoth of a structure bizarre in its presence, and its wall seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. H-Corp? Hello, Rise! Hello! Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Let me hydrate now. I'm gonna need a lot of hydration because I'm probably gonna be narrating a lot, so... Hope you're doing well, Rise. The sinners began to voice their surprise, appropriately so, as what came into view was different from any of the nests we passed by on our journey thus far. Is that massive structure all one building? If that whole thing's the nest, then where the hell's the back streets? That's big enough to cover H-Corp's territory and then some. Well, there he goes again, asking dumb questions without ever taking a peep at the guidebook. That's not the nest. That huge box you see over there, that's District 8. We call it Hongyuan, the vast garden, here at H-Corp. The nest lies within the center of the structure, and the back streets without. So they squeezed the entire population of this district in there? Do they just not get a ray of sunlight all year round? Huh, well, at least they won't have to worry about the rain. Prithee, avail me a sight as well. A very long trip, but I'm chilling now. Oh no, I felt that. I usually struggle. I don't stream on days where I have really long shifts. I get needing to rest after that one. As the sinners begin to gather one by one at the other side of the bus, stirred away from their late night's rest, I felt the gaze drawn toward Honglu. I looked for signs of concern or distress on his face, worried. It wasn't exactly something unique to Honglu, but the stories about his past home life we'd heard throughout the year whenever he felt like sharing them were all consistently and terribly depressing. Fufu, it's not such a bad place once you actually try living here for a while. I don't know, Honglu. I feel like the things you say about your home isn't that great. But his lips, ever so slightly curled upward into a kindly and relaxed smile, are making the same expressions as ever. An expression that hasn't changed at all since our first meeting. Maybe it's just a cultural difference, kind of like how Honglu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people pause, but... Actually no, I'm not helping anyone or anything by entertaining these thoughts. My job at this moment is to keep a close eye on Honglu, more so than usual. And if the time comes for me to help him, as the manager, I'll give it my all. Besides... Whoa, this thing's even bigger up close. Barely, I carry no recollection of a structure so grand even in my past adventures of mine. If my efforts aren't enough, I know I can trust the sinners to lend me a hand. Hey, let me see too. I collected my thoughts and approached the sinners who were flattened up against the glass window to get a good view. Holy shit. So it's just a fat box? Oh yeah. Just do this. Yeah, let's take the blood team and then we'll take Hongyuan, Honglu, and Heisho falls to support. Oh my god, it's been so long that I'm like forgetting names. This is awful. Once we left the bus. Oh man, I can't believe we had to get off the bus here. We have to make a formal complaint against H-Corp for this crap. What the hell were they thinking, doing shoddy construction work at the entrance of the highway that leads straight into the nest? Many causes there may be to such construction projects, yet perhaps an early warning sign near our approach to the site would have been sensible. Were it not for young Kanon's most valiant drifting, I shudder to even imagine the terrible possibilities. Would have been the most awful end to an adventure. No surprise that the sinners all had a piece of their mind to speak. As we drove up to the entryway, we unexpectedly came across a mess of badly put together steel plates blocking our path in the middle of the road. Karon quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up being thrown about like ragdolls. Good thing there was another road off the highway that leads into the city, right? I bet Karon would have tried to reverse gear all the way back to the last interchange. But it looks like we'll be going through all these winding alleyways to get to the nest. It's so dark in here. We were greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious that we found ourselves in the back streets of H-Corp. Looked pretty impressive from the outside, but it's no different from the other back streets inside, eh? Yep, it's a familiar sight, I gotta say. It's getting really old. I see, is the nest of this district shrouded in such darkness as well? No, these particular sites are limited to the back streets of District 8. The back streets of this district weren't very different from the other ones we visited in the past. People hurrying through the streets as though they were being chased by something. People scowling and glaring at the ground with some sickness or discomfort. Scenes all too common in every corner of the city. There was one thing about this place that stood out from the other districts, however. They're kind of reminding me of the former G Corps soldiers back at District 4. But what do you mean? You mean those fellas? The growths on their flesh appeared too organic to be prosthetic. Some of them had odd protrusions or nodules bulging from their skin as well. Not at all manageable, but look, they haven't all mutated in the same pattern. Like into an insectoid form, for example. Well, I guess I should commend you for not looking at them through a biased lens. You are observing the aftermath of a District 8's distinctive method of treatment. Oh, so this is where the rumors about that bluish healing ointment came from, huh? Apparently they can carry any flesh wound after just one night dressed in bandages? It seems that certain misconceptions must be addressed. They are the variations of H-Corp singularity, the bolus. The bolus? She is likely referring to medicines brewed and kneaded into ball-shaped pills. Correct. H-Corp, or the Hongyuan Bioengineering Group, mainly manufactured boluses that contain essences of treatment. Blah, blah. The boluses may be taken orally, ground with water into a paste, and applied directly to the affected area, or dissolved in water, soaked into bandages, and wrapped around the necessary area for treatment. I guess rumors transform as they travel. Oh, I see. I was just thinking about how they do things back at the K-Corp. The focus of K-Corp's technology is the reversal or recovery of one's conditions. Returning to the original state is a key word in their treatment. It is no rare sight to find unique techniques and technology developed independently by the inhabitants of the backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. The treatments are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, their focus is on selecting the appropriate technique from a myriad of choices to address the deficiencies in their statuses. Oh my god, boss. Perhaps one could choose the words transformation or evolution as a more illustrative descriptor for their method of treatment. So that's what counts as treated? The crowd Sinclair was pointing at certainly appeared unhurt, as none of them were bleeding or walking with a limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing, or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts. Hello, Miru! Hello! Why do you always bonk me? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? They must be the regulars. Regulars? Unexpectedly, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Ursop, but from Honglu. The regulars? Oh. Yes, I've heard them as a child. People who've grown too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search of their mystical treatments. The regulars might appear more intimidating than most people at first glance, but apparently all the side effects they've been stacking changes them in strange ways. It is highly likely that inter-operation conflicts or issues will arise when applying highly disparate treatment methods to a single body. At least it's a cheaper alternative for people who didn't sign up for the life insurance. Yes, what did I do? You speak of life insurance, blah blah. Yes, life insurance. Life insurance. There's a special insurance option to bring the client back to life upon the event of their death. So the irony isn't lost on me, but I thought resurrecting people was one of the head's taboos. The head does not consider the revival via life insurance to be a violation of their non-resurrection taboo. It is likely that on a technical level, this revival is actually categorized as brain resuscitation as opposed to a full resurrection. Degradation of its functions considered, of course. Another fatal downside to this technology is that unlike the manager's clock winding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed. Also, there is a risk of significant losses in the process of information transference. Where's Canto if you don't want to read the Canto spell and walk you could... Ah! Hold up. I'm probably not gonna make it. Sadly to say, I'm probably not gonna make it to the Canto 9. I haven't even started Canto 8! We're in the Intervallo! The interval! Only one Intervallo after Canto 8? Ah, okay, we shall see. We shall see. Losses, huh? So maybe some of the mutations could be more than just the side effects of these treatments. Maybe, but I heard it takes more than 1 or 2 revivals to change that much. Ah! You have 2 weeks? I will try. I will try my best. We shall see. We shall see. Ah! Yamuro. My god. What do you mean no? Oh! Oh my god, I'm so slow these days. My brain is not functioning. It's because I'm getting hit so much. You know what I mean? Stop throwing things. Since apparently the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates, so after all, who would sign up for insurance if using its services could reduce them to such pitiful states? Yeah, they appear pathetic and pitiful to you rich bastards, don't they? You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so save some pity for yourself. Identify yourself. The stranger's voice cut through our discussion like a foreign instrument. We turned around to find a large group of people who were clearly up to no good. TITS, I must use it. I want to know, like, okay, they must have known what they were doing with the name of that program, by the way. TITS, oh my god. They definitely knew what they were doing. They definitely knew what they were doing. You must be the young master of that high and mighty Gia family, eh? I can tell just by looking at your pretty face. Your friend Honglu? No, I haven't had much chance to get acquainted with people from the backstreets, so no. I've never met them before. Of course you haven't. Too busy living large, playing gods in a whole different world from us plebs, huh? Not that it matters. We're just here to take the thing you brought here for submission to the family hierarch evaluation. The what evaluation? Okay, there's clearly been a misunderstanding. There's quite a lot of them. We're not off to a great start here, huh? Actually, no. It'd be a violation of our office's core values to jump them like we're some common thugs. I, Shan-san, third son of the Triax office, challenge Jia Baoyu of the Jia family to a duel. Our wager will be that the winner can take anything they want from the loser. Wait, what do you mean a duel? TITS. No, I refuse to say it. I will say the abbreviation. TITS. The duel? I've heard tale that duels of the honorable fixers of the Sing Association Eastern Branch announced their intent to duel by stating their affiliation and name instead of casting their gauntlets. And the pamphlet that young Ishmael had presented before me earlier presented the truth that the Triax office is indeed an office of the East. Though they are indeed of a lesser quality, 'tis a true, genuine, accurate declaration of a duel that we behold. Hi. Hello, Mira. Hello, La Creatura. Yeah, I know, for real. Oh my god. Don Quixote, the creature that you are. The creature that you are. Hold on. So it's just a fancy way of saying 1v1 me, let's go, innit? I mean, this guy doesn't look too tough. What do you think, Faust? Agreed. This individual does not seem to possess any particularly exceptional skill that may pose difficulties for Honglu. I think it's going to be okay. I'll be back in a minute, Dante. You sure this is okay? I don't think you're going to lose against him, but, you know, just in case. No worries, I have some childhood experience with duels myself. I've done about 10 of them, I think. Ha, so the rich boy's dabbled in some duels, has he? It's... I think you misunderstand. I meant to say I've done about 10 of them a day. Oh, but grandmother sometimes let me skip them, so it might have been slightly fewer than that on some things. What? I, Honglu of Limbus Company. No. I, Baoyu of the Jia family, accept this duel. Honglu stepped forward confidently as the opponent was processing what he just heard. For a moment, Honglu stood there in a chance that did not express even a hint of aggression before curiously cocking his head to the side. Sorry, are we waiting for something? Huh? So I always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate. Let me? You little... Your cocky pride shall be your downfall. The man who introduced himself as Shan-san leaped toward Honglu. Then after about a minute... is this happening? Unlike Shansan, who was throwing punches and swings with boiling hot passion, Honglu was effortlessly gliding between his opponent's strikes like he was out on a picnic. Oh my god. As though this was but a leisurely stroll through a garden. Whenever Shansan threw a powerful punch, Honglu redirected it to the side with ease, the fist only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized by the feathery light movements of his hands and feet that effortlessly glided through the air, until after one blink and you'll miss it moment, we realized that Shansan was already face down on the ground defeated. While young Honglu has thou been concealing thy full strength in our presence? Oh no, I wouldn't say that. I always put my all into every fight. Yet, to defeat this foe so soundly, to dance with such grace between his strikes is... 'Twas as though thou wert dueling someone whose skill might only measure against a child. Oh my god. I always struggle to narrate Don Quixote's quotes. But most of our fights happen in environments with a lot of variables, and we usually fight against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons and powers. You read him. Already familiar with that fool's moves? Oh yes, one of my Biwu instructors used similar techniques as this gentleman here. Practice makes perfect and perfection makes an expert, right? Right, but I'm not sure that's entirely relevant here. Well anyway, it looks to me that he soundly kicked her behind in this duel. Let us through, why don't you? And preferably not to do the thing I think you're about to do. This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office anyway. And our employer's not gonna let this failure slide if we just leave. Don't just sit there, move your asses and jump him! Pathetic. I can kind of see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped. With the bitter cry of the defeated, his gang rushed towards us. Ah. Oh my god, I'm hoping the bosses are not gonna be a huge struggle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at how cool that Honglu idea is. That's gonna be easy. How about the Dawn announcers? I adore her. I know! She like makes you remember that she's there. Oh my god. His moves are so cool for what? Yeah, it's gonna be smooth sailing. Please! Please, the boss! Please don't be hard. Please. Oh my god, the damage. What the? Just one wave, right? Easy? Okay. Yeah, it's just one wave. Okay, okay. This really isn't a great start, fellas. It's never easy, is it? Yeah, at least we got a nice warm-up. It wasn't all bad. I don't know, this seems more serious than our usual street brawls. Ishmael's right, they weren't your everyday thugs who pick fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone to specifically target and eliminate Honglu. And given how open they were about their intent, calling it a contract, it doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety. Then maybe this is what Jia Shichun was talking about way back when she was mentioned surviving as hairs? Whoever's behind us must have a bone to pick with Honglu. Indeed, it seems that we must expect more skirmishes like this going forward. Alas, was this trial not readily overcome? Not the point. Think on it a little more. Seems like they're assuming that Honglu's brought something here in order to participate in that family hierarchy evaluation. Then there's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're going to try again to take out the competition. A highly accurate assessment of the situation by the executive manager. I expected no less from someone of your genius. Going for the classics of brown-nosing today, Otis? Since when was it brown-nosing to compliment a job well done? Do you not expect? This inane conversation is most riveting, but I would prefer some silence while we wait. Hi! Hi, Christy! How are you? It seems that the company foresaw such difficulties they sent you a support team to help handle this issue. We heard voices come from behind us from where Vigilius pointed. My, you guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, have you? It really threw me off when I was told to meet you in some backstreets location away from our agreed rendezvous point. A familiar voice, a voice we cannot forget. Oh my god, it's Soud! Yeah, you're a mod now. I gave you mod. Yippee! I didn't. Yeah, you have power. You have the power now. Been a while, everyone. Hi, I'm here too. We turned around to follow where the voice was coming from. Oh, I accidentally clicked again. Ooh. It's fine. Let's just pretend I read that. You have the power. Yes, you do. Solid. And hey, Pilot, right? What's wrong? It's like you're all looking at a ghost, Pilot. Pilot, didn't you tell me that you shared my news with them the last time? I did. I sure did, ma'am. Oh yeah, he did. The sinners each recovered from the initial shock of seeing them again. And soon their faces began to bloom with relieved smiles. Well, good to see that things haven't changed much around here. Thought, we're so glad to see you're okay. TikTok to you too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. Thought smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since the last time we met, save for a few minor differences. Her outfit and her badge, for example. Last I recall, you were promoted, yes? Allow me to congratulate you. Yeah. For the hints of melancholy? Probably saying that wrong. Hanging from her smile and flickering in her eyes. Hey, I'm really congratulating her on a promotion and offering her recognition of her excellent accomplishments. I don't see what your problem is here. But we all know the meaning that promotion carries. Indeed, it is very profound. After all, what meaning is there to a promotion attained without spilling some blood? You're a real piece of work. Let me ask you something then. If everyone behaves like you do around her, tiptoeing around the facts, keeping it hush-hush about what happened, where is she going to get the bare minimum of the recognition and the consolation she deserves? Hush-hush would have been nice. I've even overheard some of them whisper that I let my partner die just so I can snag a promotion. So in that regard, I appreciate that, Otis. Ah! Thank you for following. Not very sane, Limbus player. Are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Sir, ma'am? Rupture Gaming, is that your favorite way to play? Also, who's your favorite? I need to know, not very sane Limbus player. Who's your favorite? I don't want to hear I like everybody. We're being technical. I did die, except my brain was intact. Not even K-Corp's regenerative ampules could have revived me if it wasn't. Then, did Effie also... Apparently they went right for Effie's head when they stabbed him with a prosthetic. According to the coroner's autopsy. Roshu. Ah. I feel like, I have a lot of Roshu enjoyers in my chat most of the time whenever I play Limbus. Roshu is so popular. Roshu, Don Quixote. I think like a few Faust lovers here and there. Ever since you started playing, aww. Don't worry guys, after Honglu's chapter, we'll finally get into Roshu's chapter. Well, we'll get there, we'll get there. K-Corp ampules life insurance. Neither of them can revive someone with a damaged brain. It is what it is. Anyways. Let's not dwell on the depressing stuff. We're here for work. Let's get some work done. So let's talk about work, okay, pilot? Yes, ma'am. Well, let's see here. Coincidentally, I happen to make friends with a feller who has ties to the Gia family, so I brought him over. Huh? Hey, is that everything? Yes, sir. Briefing over. A lot of art ideas because of Roshi. She's just like that. Damn. I believe the book she's based off of has, I guess, somewhat to do with art. Because it's about, like, it's a lot of, like, death. Though capturing, like, the ways of how different people are unalived. I don't know. I remember I was very interested in what the members, the sinners, were, the books they were based off of, and I'm reading Rosh's, and I was like, what the heck? She's brutal. So I'm like so curious on how they did her story, because her story is probably one of the most brutal ones out there for sure. Yeah. Yeah. This is everyone's reeling in stunned silence at the least informative, least helpful briefing we ever had the displeasure of sitting through. Ishmael was the first to catch herself. She looked up at Saad. Saad, can we rely on you for some elaboration here? The briefing was a good demonstration of the necessity of educating the 5 W's and 1 H principle. Looks like we'll have a lot to discuss once we get back, pilot. Did I do something wrong? Shh, pilot buddies, just stop. You're digging yourself a deeper hole with every word. Gregor quickly leaned in to warn pilot, but it was likely too late. A nigh unnoticeable crease had already formed between Saad's brows. Prior to commencing this high-priority operation, it was necessary for us to find individuals with connection to H-Corp. So we, as the preliminary observation unit, were put to the task, and we managed to establish a connection with an individual. Ooh, someone from my family? No, we tried, but your family proved to be a rather difficult nut to crack. However, as we were wasting our precious time with all of our leads, Pilot pursued an unconventional method to establish this connection. I really didn't hold back on compliments then, and this is how you... Our collaborator is a former employee of the Gia family. After leaving the family, he now runs a lodging business. Then it is likely that he is far removed from the family politics. Less motivation for him to attack us due to conflicting interests. Mersalt? For a second, when you said Salt, I was like, who? I like how you call him Salt. Then is dead, now is now. Yes, and according to Pilot's report, he still regards the Gia family positively. How can I not, considering the blessings they have given me? An unfamiliar voice butted into the conversation as though to continue Salt's explanations. I humbly present myself before the fellowship of young Master Bao Yu. Please call me Xing Tao. He greeted us in a most polite fashion before bringing his hands together in an odd motion. Oh, is this how people greet each other here? Yep, it's called the Bao Quan gesture. I'm probably saying all this wrong. I'm so sorry. Bringing fists and palm together to express respect and peace toward the receiver. Aha! Knights greet one another by shaking their hands for the self-same purpose. Forsooth, thou art indeed one possessed of a chivalrous spirit. I know. Oh my god, I know. I'm just saying, you're gonna probably hear that a lot. You're gonna hear me mispronounce so many words a lot. My English is not so good. Unfortunately. So if I misspell something, just ignore it. Indeed, much did I worry about the qualities of people young master has surrounded himself with, but I see that he is in company of those wise in the ways of the West. I prostrate myself before the vast breadth of your knowledge. What grand generosity it is to open ajar the waterways of wisdom to quench my barren lands. Huh? Something feels familiar about this. Nah, she's been getting less and less verbose with bootlicking these days. Not like this guy, for sure. That's true. He's kind of like... How should I put this? A bit much. What are you guys talking about? Communicating only by the sound of a ticking clock. This is something I had already known ahead of time, yet... What a most curious exchange to behold in person. Brief this journey may be, yet I shall find myself thoroughly entertained in its entirety. Maybe it's the subtle sprinkle of disrespect that reminds you of the usual flavor. Wait, is this about me, you dare? Was all that bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Oda shook her head with clear distaste and strode toward me. We are nothing alike, executive manager. Never have I once said such empty flattery in your presence, filled with nothing but hot air and superlatives. I'll leave the guidance of these backstreets to him. Well, looks like this is where Thawed fell silent, her eyes lingering on Virgilius, who stood somewhat apart from the rest of us. So I finally got to meet the Red Gaze in the flesh. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Effie would have loved to be here. Manager. Virgilius seemed to sense her lingering gaze and walked toward us after nodding slightly in her direction. Manager solid. Let's not make this any longer than it has to be. I'm not happy to be helping you with your businesses. I'd much rather put this behind me as soon as possible. Oh please, it's our historic first collaborative operation, isn't it? Can't you spare a little more time with us? The guidebot's actually doing something? That guy? Yes, unfortunately, LCC has their own business to take care of today, so I won't be accompanying the LCB this time, and the Red Gaze will be helping us out to get it done. Taking Mephi there. Vroom vroom. Maybe it's not that unfortunate now that I think about it. I feel like every mission with the LCB's always been an uphill battle to get anything done. Well, you see, back then we were... I'm just messing with you. I'm sure we'll have another chance to work together again. Boss, we don't got much time. Wait, before you go, I think you owe us some explanation, Virgilius. I will leave the details to Miss Faust. I'm quite busy. Very well. Virgilius turned around and left toward Mephistopheles with an oddly disgruntled expression. Well then, I'll see you around. Next time I'll show you that I can carry my own weight. You know, oh boy, the last time we met I really was so darn pathetic. Pilot, competence is shown through action, not words. Solid and Pilot gave us a light nod before following Virgilius. Some sinners opened their mouths to speak, hesitated, then closed them again. We let them go without a word. Perhaps we didn't know what we could say to not make this an awkward farewell. Blah, blah, blah. Farewell? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Very well, please this way. Or maybe we were simply mindful of this guy who was responsible for the quality of our stay. The guide. Heathcliff. Oh my god, it's you. You're back. The Umbrella Corporation. Where the heck did you get that? The Umbrella Corporation. Are you a fellow Resident Evil series enjoyer too, Heathcliff? Deep resentment ought to be washed away, for when the far one comes betwixt the burnt doors shall a star fall astray. Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't like the sound of these weird songs. The main streets are most likely teeming with those seeking to bring harm to the young master. We must venture an alternative path. Did you get both of the wall PP IDs? Yes, everybody, yes. Okay. So, Sorry, I got a brain fart. Oh my god. I had 5 10 pull. I did 5 10 pulls. I got both new Roshu, new Mersault, and the new Sinclair Ego in 50 pulls. I have a friend who is a mod who religiously plays Limbus Company. I got very upset. He was very upset because he used everything he had and he didn't get everything. Yeah, I don't know. I got lucky. I got very lucky. He called his stream a luck. I can't say anything. I can't say anything. Yeah, in 50. I'm sorry. I didn't think it would come home that easily. I think 4 out of 5 pulls were literally green. Like, I was not expecting it either. I think the one I wanted the most was Sinclair. Yeah, 4 out of 5. I believe I got some cause some of them were announcers. So I got new announcers and then I got like all 3 of them. Oh. Are they all good though? I actually haven't looked into a lot. I know V is enjoying the new Roshu a lot. But I don't really know. I have not played any of them. I haven't looked into it either. So I don't know if like they're good. I don't know much about Sinclair or Ego as well. But I really wanted the Sinclair go because my 2 favorite singers are Sinclair and Don Quixote. Ah. 9 coins? What the fuck? For what? 17k? Ooh. I think the only downside to the Sinclair Ego is that it replaces the Lantern one. And I really like the Lantern Sinclair. So that's something. I was really sad to see that. Like, no, I want to hold on to Lantern Sinclair. Yeah. And it, like, low-key Lantern Sinclair helps my fight situation a lot whenever I'm in trouble. So I was like, ooh, damn. Skincare? Skincare? Oh my god, we should call him Skincare from now on. Skincare. In Faust, we believe. Oh man, you know, I wasn't streaming when I did the previous wall PP, but when Magical Girl Don Quixote came out, I was bawling. I was crying my eyes out. Do you know how happy I was, guys? I like gave everything to get both Ego and ID, even though I don't really use it. Holy shit. That's probably one of the best wall PPs. Even if it's not probably the best, the most like powerful wise, like it's still like my favorite because it's Don Quixote Magical Girl. Yes, I did get them. I did get them. I think I have most of them, but I am missing like maybe like 6. When I say 6, it's like both a mix of the IDs and the Egos. Yes. What about you guys? Do you guys have almost everything? I'm very curious. Because I know there's a lot of people that just save up for the wall PPs, but... Oh, really? I just haven't used it because I still really like my Blood team. The Blood Feast team. Also, I think the issue is that I don't know how to utilize a lot of the wall PP IDs. So I just like, I don't know. I'm too scared to use them. Like, I have most of them, but I don't know how to use them or utilize them. And I can't just like shove every goddamn wall PP ID together because I'm pretty sure they're not gonna synergize well. I'm pretty sure they have their own little team that I have to set them up with. One Otis equal to my name. Is it the magic bullet? Talking about the magic bullet? Like you said, there weren't any skirmishes once we made it deeper into the dark alleyways. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. Is it just me? But whenever I see red light, like, I feel so uncomfortable. I think it is such a like common thing in like not only games but also like movies where red light is just seen as like something that's really bad. When I see like if I imagine myself walking down the street and I see red lights, I'm just like, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm scared. I'm so scared. No, the teddy bear one from the battle pass. Oh my god, the teddy bear series are so cute. The teddy bear series are really cute. Wouldn't it be cute if they made them the IDs though? That would be so adorable. Like a whole set of like IDs of the teddy bear version. That would have been so nice. I also noticed that I always see memes of Sinclair and the blue gooey frog. There's like so many memes of that. I don't know why. I don't know what the context is, but it's funny. But it's funny. For the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the Backstreets in the recent months. The lyrics are pretty ominous for a popular song. It is a song that's spread through word of mouth. It sings of how the annihilated Kong family... this is not the place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later, should we come across it. Didn't know there was a song like that. Is this the first time you've heard of it too, Honglu? He's a posh kid from a posh family. I doubt he's ever said his precious feet in the Backstreets. So it's no wonder he's ever heard anything like that. I have been to the Backstreets before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. I did spend most of my time in my room. That is precisely because you were the most treasured one of them all, young master. Much like how the jade of the greatest worth is to be cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depths of one's coffers where none shall reach. I'm like, him? To a lesser degree, particularly as of late. So that guy used to work for the Jia family, huh? Do you know him, Honglu? Young master, is there something on my face? Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Then, it's nothing, shall we continue walking down this road? Indeed, humble as I may be, I'm very well versed in the roads of this area. Honglu shook his head at me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we know from Jintao. Should we be suspicious of something? He is a collaborator, not only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Given pilot's clear inexperience and naivety, we would do well to remain suspicious of this character. Foster notice approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. While looking at our journey so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we come across. With this growing mistrust in my mind, I slowly made my distance from the guy before asking Faust a burning question. So, what was that about back there with Virgilia? Something about him going off to help them out? The consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. Oh. His actions were a violation of one of the more important items in his contract with the company. He is simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. I think back to the incident at the manor, it feels like such a long time ago now. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really helped us out of a pickle. What? That's what they're dragging him away for? Is there a problem, honored guests? This is nothing at all. No problemo, right, Roshu? As you, idiot. Shut up. Shut up. Wow, oh my god, I finally can understand without Sinclair's translation what she's saying. Shut up. First of all, can you carry Heath for a little bit? He's dead tired. Imagine I'm completely wrong though. It's not shut up. It will be done. Heathcliff punched in the gut by the hilt of Roshi's sword fell forward right into Mersault's welcoming shoulder. Rhodia? You know, the kind of person I hate the most. The kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. I nodded enthusiastically as something seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but... Rodian and Roshi judged correctly this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions without raising his hands. This guy just doesn't learn, huh? You successfully preserved secrecy of classified information without spilling blood. I applaud this policy. I did good, didn't I? I'm just not a fan of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. If it is no problemo, as you say, then that is well indeed. Yet I worry that it appears that the problem has found us anyway. I stopped and looked around, realizing that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hands. What happened to finding us a safer path? It is likely that my guidance has indeed given us a much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, To my great regret, it appears that the more observant of our enemies have tracked us here. Damn it, well, then what are you even here for? Isn't it your job to prevent this exact scenario? Let's just leave the finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down. And they must not be allowed to disseminate our current location. Exactly. Where are you slinking off to, Mr. Qingtao? I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents in war are terribly lacking, so I tend to become scarce for a moment. Yet I have the utmost faith in the strength of our young master and the honored guest in overcoming this adversity. So... Qingtao was already standing so far away from the front lines that he was practically hiding behind me. Boss, anything you can tell us about these enemies? No, but a consultation with the Giselle shaft seems unnecessary if we are determined whether negotiating with them is an option. They're coming. Mersault, wake Heathcliff up and set him down. It will be done. Poor Heathcliff. Nobody's scared of him anymore. Okay. Whoa, the music.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요. 꽤 뚫려라. 몸소 보여주지. 진짜 이 정도 탕후의 허덕이나.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
다들 기세등등하네요. 지금 공격해보는 건 어떨까요, 관리자님? 짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다.
Alright, hold up. Am I calibrating my P2 Studio?
이제야 완성된 용서할 테니. 고작 이 정도 탕후의 허덕이나. 굉장해요. 엄청난 공격이었어요.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
어떻게 저렇게 강하실
Okay,
수
these
있죠?
battles are
목을
easy attack. I'm hoping it stays this way.
이 정도 탕후의 허덕이나.
I don't think I heard anybody struggling with Canto 8's boss battles when it first came out. So thankfully, I mean hopefully, it'll be okay. Thank you for the hydrate rising, thank you.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다.
They were very fun though. Okay. Because I remember the previous ones. Oh my god, the struggle. The struggle. Like I would just not be able to do stuff on my own, and I would like ask. I would always ask everybody in the chat. If you're still using blood fiends, you're fine. Okay. Bet. How was Canto 9's
저희가 이길 것 같아요.
How's Canto 9's boss battles? You cried? Stop it, stop. Please tell me it's easy.
완성되었나?
Really? Really? It's easy if you read. Oh my god, my worst enemy. Reading. Canto 8 easy as heck. Canto 9, I hope you know how the game works. Oh my god, it's so good. You really need to read. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind when Canto 9 when it's time for Canto 9. Hostiles in the immediate vicinity have been eliminated. Our collaborator, who had been hiding far from the battle, quickly ran up to our side as soon as the fight ended. Are you unhurt, young master? Yep, I'm totally fine. Of course, our honored guest's martial skills were all exceptionally brilliant, but young master, your light was the brightest even among the incandescent. Oh god, I'm saying that wrong. This humble servant could not hold back his tears at this— why does it look evil? At this wondrous sight. To witness such excellent martial arts from none other than the young master himself, what an unexpected surprise. But don't the children of the Gia family undergo all kinds of strict training regimens from childhood? It was simply my assumption that young master had ceased his trainings once he departed the family. Anyways, how do you think they tracked us down anyway? About that, it appears that we weren't exactly tracked down. Perhaps it may be that the Ik who lurk in these parts of the backstreets recognize the young master's venerable countenance. I don't think my face is that well known. The family hierarchy evaluations are nigh. Every soul living in Hanyuan must know the face of the young master who is loved by every elder of the family. It must be that they are under assumption that you are carrying something of great value. Oh god, why is he back to looking evil? Family hierarch, huh? Didn't Jia Shichun say something about hairs back then? They all seemed wrong then. I didn't bring anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master, even now? I just couldn't care less about it, that's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fit to be the family hierarch than I am. Huh, that's... well, that is indeed a relief. A relief, is it? Well, but of course it is highly dangerous endeavor to partake in the hierarch evaluation, so it is of great relief to know that young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. I guess that could be a relief, sort of. Ew, now that we took him all down, there shouldn't be any more on the way, yeah, right? Greg, can we not jinx ourselves for 1 second? Why are you laughing, Roshu? Now I'm worried. Please do not concern yourselves any further. We will take a more clandestine path. I guarantee a safe and easy passage to our destination. I'm probably saying that wrong. I still have a hard time buying that. The lay of this place would constitute a perfect place to set up an ambush in most places, yet you claim this to be the safer path? Yet I must ask you to place your faith in this humble servant, for Hongyuan is not like most places. Fine, for now. Oda shut her eyes for a moment out of her torso and turned to look at Ishmael. Hey Ishmael, you must have a pamphlet of this place handy, don't you? No way, you're actually going to read it? Why else would I ask? No, I mean, how could I not be caught off guard after almost a whole year of getting brushed off by everyone every time I plead with them to read the damn pamphlets? Like hell did no one think to... I will find my own intel if you're going to just ramble on and on with your grievances. Okay, fine, here it is. Otis opened the pamphlet and began intently glaring at his text, as though she didn't want to miss even the smallest detail of information in there. Suspicion clear on her knitted brows.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군.
Oh my god.
핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍어는 그제야 알게 되겠지.
More fight? What is that?
이 홍어가
It's another, just another little mob battle. You're on a desperate run. Oh my god. All the while fighting off hordes upon hordes of enemies. Oi, what happened to safe and easy passage? Explain this shite. It appears that the young master's radiant countenance was made known. I thought we were finding a more clandestine passage. How come we're getting jumped by even more enemies? As I have said, the young master's radiant. At least try to give a little variation to your excuses. I cannot so easily say that he is being untruthful given the disjointed allegiance of the enemies attacking us. Otis played with the pamphlet in her hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without a clear allegiance to attack a member of the Gia family. Looks like everyone in the backstreets has been getting pretty plucky while I was away. Back then I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'd all be on their hands and knees whenever we walked past. Now, what a wonderful change. Oh, shove that wonderful change up your arse, you bloody loon. How much longer till we get there? My Kazan is near. Calm your worries. Our guide seems all the calmer now that he did at the beginning of this journey. Did he really get numb to all the violence that fast, or... Speaking of which, what's a Kazan? It is a term commonly used to refer to taverns, inns, or equivalent places of lodging in this region. Lodging, huh? Like a hotel? It's gotta be pretty fancy then, huh? Did he serve like complimentary snacks and drinks like the warp train? Not sure about that, but it seems like Kazans also serve alcohol and food alongside their lodging services. Maybe we can get a meal in there. And hopefully we won't be attacked there like this. Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside a residential building is, within this particular area and floor of Hongyuan, a taboo. A taboo. We may rest easy within the rest in peace. Oh my god. My soft eyebrows slightly twitched as though she had just heard the most ridiculous thing, but I guess I'll ask her about it later. Phew, man. If it's for some kind of family hierarchy or family head selection contest, why couldn't they save all this fighting until then? Because it would be too late. Huh? Late? How? Every hierarch candidate must have brought incredibly precious treasures with them. It would be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but everyone's going to try to take each other's just to be sure, I see. Just in case someone else brought something even better than their own. I might as well kill them too, for the sake of convenience. Is that how the folks in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that? But other families didn't seem too different from mine. Damn. Deepest apologies for intruding upon this most enthralling conversation. However, we may be inviting even further trouble by dallying here. With that, the guide pulled out a watch to check the time. It will be nighttime soon. Is that bad? Why is he saying it like it's bad?
자, 동료들이여.
좀 찍었네.
자세를 갖추고 저들을 맞이하세. 우리를 가로막는 저 시련을 해치우고 끝나지 않는 우호를 향하여. 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도
Otis?
해주세요.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I got scared for a second. I was like, Otis, you're not losing to this guy.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
몸소 보여주지.
저들의
ID tickets. You're talking about the anniversary ID tickets? If you're talking about that, yes, I have used it already. I just used it on IDs that I didn't have yet. And surprisingly, I had a lot already that the ID ticket was had. So, damn, I don't even remember what I got. I believe one of them, I got the Molar Boat Ishmael. Another one. Oh, thank you for the follow, Vogue. Thank you. Welcome.
다들 기세등등하네요. 지금 공격해보는 건 어떨까요, 관리자님?
Like lowering it a little bit. Canto 8, let's go. Start. Yes. After Intervallo. The first one. What did I use the first one for? I don't remember actually. I have to look back and check. I remember I got something that I didn't have before, that's for sure. What the heck was it? We're actually calling him skincare. Oh yeah, the first one. Okay, the first one I picked the kitchen chef Roshu because that is the only one I didn't have in the first ticket that they provided. So that's just like the only one I could actually choose, I'm not gonna lie. So that's what I picked. The second one, I had a little bit more, but from what I remember, like the best one out of there is Molar Boat Ishmael. So that's what I picked. Yeah, rescue. Molar's really good, yeah.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요.
Skincare.
이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
I can't get over the skincare. I didn't think about how similar it sounded to Sinclair's name. Now here we are. Is this the place? After running through alleyway after alleyway, after turning corner after corner, we finally came across the side of several small buildings tightly built next to one another. At the center of them was a building lit with red lamps adorned with a door plate with complicated looking letters scribbled over it. This is shoddier than I expected. Hey, isn't this place a bit too trashy to house your precious young master? That is not our building. Please look this way to see where our honored guests will be staying for the night. I knew it! I heard so much from Honglu about all the splendor, We followed Xingtao's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts, its exterior painted in black. That looks smaller than even Mephistopheles. Can we all even fit there? Hey, that place looks trashy as heck even for us, let alone your young master. This is the nearest Kezan we could afford to stay in, at least among the ones that I manage. Yet its location in the back streets heavily limits the level of decency it can afford. My deepest and sincerest apologies, young master. Don't worry, we can always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine for an overnight stay to me. Are you nuts? Can that thing even fit all of us in there? Much did I wish to guide the honored guests to the family mansion in the central zone. However, the time... Oh, the sweeping wave. Doesn't that start at 3:13 in the morning? I feel like we've got plenty of time to get there. Exactly. Don't we have more than enough time to get to the family mansion? According to the H-Corp travel guide, the central area is only like an hour away from here. Has the honored guest traveled to District 8 before? Well, no. This is my first time here, but... Then one must ask how the honored guest could claim to have the full understanding of a place merely by flipping through a book when she hasn't had to contend with it in person. Innumerable unpredictable changes await in this teeming jungle of buildings. The ever-shifting structures, the constantly changing paths, ambushes from foolish yet vicious syndicates, or even offices of the back streets. We are beset by danger from all sides. Such bold, flippant approach to predicting the phenomena of this place is to court death. Even a toddler must know that. Okay, relax, dude, relax. One feels to disguise his other sorrow at the inadequacy of her wisdom. Is it just me, or are we all thinking back to Ishmael back at the Great Lake? Zip it, Dante. But if the guidebook lists a path, does this not simply that it is technically impossible to reach there in time? Oda suddenly took a step forward. In her hand was the H-Corp travel pamphlet that Ishmael was talking about. I have faith if our executive manager would lead us in your directionally challenged stead, they would be able to lead us to our destination before night falls. Me? This does not appear to have been discussed beforehand. Very well, allow me to speak freely without frills. My responsibility is to bring the honored guests to the central zone and to ensure the young master's safety. It is indeed technically possible to reach the family mansion before the night in the back streets commences. Technically. Yet, not even one iota of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The mission that has been so graciously bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with utmost safety. It is said that those engaging in strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of their purpose, to stubbornly forge on toward the family mansion in lieu of necessary intel to see when these mobs of assailants would end is to wrongly prioritize the journey over the destination. Oh my god, this guy. You. Wonderful, truly impressive. You have all the qualities of someone I would trust with my life when devising a stratagem. This is the most fitting attitude for those who genuinely wish the best for those they serve. Really? You're just gonna start along with him all of a sudden? I have misunderstood your intentions, truly. They sparked my ire by comparing some of your choice words with my very own. Yet now my eyes have been opened to the honest loyalty that lies within your heart. This humble servant did not imagine even in his wildest dreams that there would be someone who understands the fathoms of his loyalty. It seems that young master has certainly gained an eye for allies and fellowships. This is a cause for much relief in my heart. Listen to him. No one knows how to jest. This one knows how to jest. Blah, blah, blah. They're basically best buds now, huh? I may have lost my cool for a moment there. Anyway, this man speaks true. It is highly likely that we would be exposed to attacks of similar nature if we were to continue moving at this time. She's just fully on his side now, isn't she? That's when I realized she was looking in my direction. The exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from her face, replaced with an odd but dead serious expression. When our gazes locked, she nodded. She must be completely turned around by that guy. This is her way of saying, so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy now, thanks for everything. And as for this hotel, it is still much better than sleeping in outdoor tent barracks. We should be able to relieve ourselves of some fatigue here before moving on. Did you not earlier insist on continuing our search for a better accommodation with the greatest behemoths, Miss Otis? Yeah, whatever, we get your point, let's go inside. Ooh, my humble self can only behold your generous acceptance of this insufficient lodging with the deepest gratitude. After all the serious talk, the man seemed oddly relieved to hear our decision as he brought his fist and palm together. Architecture of today mustn't be judged with such haste merely by an observation of their exterior. The interior may hold aught to be surprised of, worry not. When Rodion surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. Oh. The walls look kind of creepy, but like, I see it's paintings. Why is there creepy music? Oh, this actually ain't so bad. It's clean in here. This place presents a rather classical aesthetic. The landscape paintings lining the walls give off a rather sophisticated mood. And it's much more spacious inside than it looks from the outside. Did they use some kind of space expansion technology in here too? No, seems that the building only appeared small due to the density of structures in proximity. Well, the door is now open. Should my presence be required, I shall be in the small shed next to this building. Please do converse freely. Ooh, sorry. The molar oaths. The man smiled awkwardly and quietly excused himself as the excitement among the sitters began to grow. Meanwhile, Honglu stood a fair distance from the guide, quietly watching his face as he left. His expression was enigmatic, as if he were gazing upon the clouds, the flowers, or even the wind. Yet there was no light in those eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud, a desolate field of wilted flowers, and a howling, destructive gale. Do you suspect something, Honglu? So I decided to ask. Not yet, I don't think. Huh? Not yet? So, big brother, something felt off to you too, huh? That's when we caught a familiar voice. Wow, Shichun, it's you! It's so soon too! Yeah, I told you I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again very soon. Have you been well, young master? So glad to see that you're doing well, Mr. Wei. Oh wait, don't tell me you're staying here too, Shichun. I normally wouldn't ever set foot in a place like this, but I ran into some kind of large-scale construction on my way back to the family mansion. Had to come in through the back streets. So we weren't the only ones troubled by that random construction site. Oh, hail to thee! The confident look on Shichun's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. Did she lose her memories again? She with you? No, Don Quixote's the same as always. But she looks like such an airhead. Young Shichun, well, wouldst thou accompany me to the lounge but a moment so that we may share a moment of catching up? Oh, yeah, let's do that. Hold on. Jia Shichun seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Don Quixote after hearing that her memories were intact. Before walking right up to her. I like that idea, shall we, Wei? Wei, why don't you Wei, why don't you go and find a room for me to stay in while I talk some things out with her? Huh? Well, you wanted to do some catching up, right? 'Tis a managerial choir. Loss of critical personnel may be cause for disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though. It looks like Shichun really likes Don Quixote if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. Not Don Quixote she likes. She obviously just wants Don Quixote's power she saw back then. My lady, this is hardly the appropriate place for... Fine, I'll try again later. Go get some sleep. I'm heading in too. Shichun sighed with a bit of disappointment before heading into the lobby. Well, let's all head inside now. So I and the rest of the sinners followed her into the lodging. I completely forgot that Shichun was there for Canto 7. I don't know why I forgot about that. It's like, why is she so interested? Oh my god, look, it's their silhouette!
세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이후.
Everyone was busy looking around and commenting on the various things in our lodging, but Sinclair appeared to be the most anxious of them all. Sinclair? Something in here stands out. Like, imagine an ideal picture. Did you call? I missed that joke you sang. That's not what I'm not Anyway, I'm not the only one who feels like something stands out like a sore thumb from the whole picture. Yeah, glad you brought it up. I didn't say anything because I thought it was just me. Rhodia, so what's so off about this place? Isn't it obvious? Where did all the complimentary stacks go? What's that weird mystery table at the center of this room? That is kind of weird though. What's that table doing over there? Its saturated colors are quite the pleasant sight to behold. So, is it any better inside? What the hell is that hideous table? The kerfuffle sparked by the particular unsightly piece of indoor furniture calmed somewhat once everyone made it inside the building. Of course, no one was able to discern the real purpose of that table yet. Every step on the floor leaves black residue on the shoes. Not only the floor, touching the walls leaves an unidentified black substance on one's fingers. Not to mention how the walls ripple in an odd fashion. What could possibly be the construction of this structure? Well, my guess is that the maintenance staff's been slacking. Maybe, but why is everything so neatly organized if that's the case? I've been to enough seedy establishments to tell when a place has gone a while without a tidy up. At least it appears that each room is furnished with a bed. While this is far from optimal, Executive Manager, we may be able to rest here. I guess they really didn't have the time to clean up. Yeah, Shichin, the last person to walk in after having taken her time to examine the area outside the lobby, stared blankly around the room with an aghast expression. I'm not even sure what to say to this ridiculous negligence. Blah, blah, blah. Then found a room after leaving a scathing remark. It ain't the first time we're soldering right into some shady business, innit? Let's just cross that bridge when we come to it, yeah? I guess anyone could tell that there was something definitely wrong about that guy. Some sinners, including Heathcliff, had already slumped to the floor, vociferously expressing their desire to rest with a collective sigh of exhaustion. Well, it is pretty weird, but at least we have a roof over our heads. In that case, Dante, perhaps this may be a good time to announce today's close of business. I've never made this announcement outside the bus before. Alright, I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Understood, thank you kindly. Starting now, you all will be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and rest. The duration is subject to change. Have a good night. As soon as she finished, the sinners each began to relax in their own ways, some stumbling into their rooms while others lingered to speculate over the bizarre table at the center of the room. Say for Otis, that is. Got something to say, Otis? Yes, Executive Manager. It's about our guy, Jintao. Oh, your new best friend from earlier. Seemed like you guys were getting along pretty well. What? That is simply untrue. Did you not see the signal I gave you earlier? What signal? Oh, you mean when you nodded slightly in my direction? Indeed, that individual has an informational advantage over us when it comes to this locale? Fuck. Regardless of how sound the accusations we came up with were, he would have been able to explain them away using his familiarity with the region. I thought as the party with an informational disadvantage, it would be wise to think camaraderie and friendship with that individual and go along with their plans while trying to dig out as much intel as possible. I seriously thought that suspicious guy totally won you over. Executive Manager, I've been in this business for many years. How could you even imagine that I will be fooled by an amateur spy who's so overly It's nothing. Otis's disappointment was palpable, but she stopped herself as though she remembered that there were more important matters at hand. Well, it is uncertain as to how long the individual will be accompanying us. It will be reasonable to speculate that he approached the LCCB with the explicit purpose of eliminating Honglu Jia Baoyu. I present the fact that it was Pilot, that inexperienced greenhorn, who somehow conveniently came across this connection, as another evidence supporting this suspicion. That's also true. Boss also has information to share. Boss joined the conversation after listening to us discuss for some time. A review of every known taboo has failed to identify one he called residential non-aggression taboo that universally prohibits acts of violence within residential areas. Then that also has to be... It is too early to come to conclusions regarding that matter. It appears that this area, Hongyuan, has taboos that change depending on your location within its territory. However, considering every other circumstantial evidence, we can come to a conclusion that he was most likely lying to us. Your assessment cannot be denied. In that case, we must already be deep within the enemy's machinations. I'm assuming it's machinations, blah. The constant stream of random assailants we faced earlier was also most likely also a part of their plan. Oh my god, my voice is dying. Sorry, it's been a while since I've spoke so much. May very well be that this building itself is also a trap, yet we lack the intelligence about this particular backstreet to be certain. However, we do have one minor advantage. It seems that they have severely underestimated our capabilities, given the low caliber of the assailants they decided to send after us. One thing can capitalize on is that mutual lack of intel. Keep our guard up, remain alert, and we should be able to navigate our way out of this trap, Executive Manager. Okay, I get it now. Sorry about the misunderstanding. Honestly, I didn't know who or what to trust. Then I would appreciate it if you could trust me fully next time. Otis bowed politely and returned to her room. Boss and I chatted a little more about Xintao and his plans, but our discussion ended without bearing much fruit. So he's untrustable, which, shit, I don't blame them. I'm drinking some water. Forgot about how much talking I need to do when I'm narrating. I realized that Hong Lu was missing as I was spending time chatting with the sinners. I didn't notice him going into his room. So I walked to the exit about to look for Hong Lu outside, and I ran into Jie Shichun and Wei, who decided to stay in the room close to the door. Getting late. Where are you going alone without a guard? Oh, just looking for Hong Lu? Right. I can't understand what you're saying. Oh, right. When it comes to conversing without the sinners, I find out there are two types of people. The first type usually says whatever is on their mind without pausing for or caring to hear my reply. Given that this type of person isn't actually looking to communicate with me, that simplifies things a little on my end. However, it's also oddly insulting, as it seems as though they don't recognize me as a human, but rather a wall, or a clock on the wall. And the other type is the one that reads me so well that they might as well be able to hear what I'm saying. Virgilius falls into the latter category. He recognizes the pitch of my TikToks, reads my body language, or sometimes even claims to see my expressions like how Don Quixote does. And Jie Chichun, who saw through me with a short exchange. Okay, let's see. Just looking to get some early morning air? Does your prosthetic head even have a respiratory function? Wouldn't have guessed from the way it looks. Did not belong in either category. No, not really. I'm just looking for Hong Lu because I haven't seen him in a while. You're shaking your head, so no. Then are you looking for something to eat? She's a new one. The type that tries to figure out what I'm saying without asking for help. My lady, would it not be wise to make or find someone who may be able to translate? They would have done that themselves if it were something important. I'm kind of curious though. What was that hand gesture you made when I first asked? You, brought your index fingers up to your cheeks. Well, Hong Lu's always smiling, so I thought I could simulate his smile to convey— We can't smile, Dante, we cannot smile! Perhaps it was an effort to express cuteness or beauty. What? No, I was just trying to express a smiling face. Oh no, this isn't going to be easy, is it? Oh, they're tick-tocking a lot more vigorously. Hey, I think you're onto something. This conversation was starting to veer into a completely unintended territory. After a bit of trial and error, I see, you're looking for my big brother, huh? We took some very roundabout ways, but I was eventually able to get her to understand what I was trying to say. Well, if he's who you're looking for, that's easy. You should be able to find him by the lounge back there. I doubt he got very far from there, if he even left. So that's why you're trying so hard to communicate. Yashichin was strangely enough disappointed and dispirited by my reply. I did have something to tell you too, but never mind. I feel like the mood's been ruined. Let's talk about this another time. I was curious, but it would also take ages for me to ask how she's feeling, so I nodded to express my gratitude before heading to the back entrance, and found Hong Lu gazing at the hazy scene out the opaque window. What are you doing here? People watching? There were some people stumbling through the streets outside. As I stared outside the window at the scene, Hong Lu seemed to sense what I was thinking and began. Are you worried for me, Dante? Well, yeah, it's your turn, Hong Lu. It really is. I'm back at H Corp, and everyone's talking about the family hierarch selection. But you don't have to worry about me at all, because I do not wish for anything from Limbus Company. Really? I'm not like you sang. I'm not hiding my true feelings. No one gave me a wonderful promise like they would help me recover my torn and broken wings. I joined only to have some new experience, that's all. But We do know that something's definitely going to happen. Whatever it might be, something that will shake you to your very core. Even if you didn't wish for anything, going through something like that could. Probably yes, but it's okay. I'm used to being led by the will of others anyway. No matter what happens here, I can't do this like everyone else. Because that's how it's always been. Whatever happens to me or to those around me, I only... A loud boisterous bellow suddenly cut Honglu off before he could even finish his sentence. Oh, he let go of me and just listen to that saw talking and tell me I'm not supposed to get mad at that. Dang it, lower your voice. What are you guys doing back there? Gregor and Heathcliff were most likely hiding behind the entrance door, tumbled into view. I knew I shouldn't have come here with this guy. Couldn't you be patient for even a few minutes before bursting out of here? How long have you two been listening? From the very start? Of course, I thought he was finally making some sense at first, but what's that? You're used to following others' will? I didn't mean to irk you, Heathcliff. I'm only telling the truth. Bloody hell, I'm about to burst of vessel. Oi, buggy bloke. Am I supposed to practice patience after listening to that drive? I think I'm practicing plenty of patience despite you calling me buggy bloke out of nowhere. So yeah, you are. That's not what I... Finally, some silence. Anyway, sorry about listening in, fellas. I'll let you in some big secret if you let this one slide, though. What's the secret? Gregor rubbed his arm awkwardly, and as he stared into him into silence, then pointed at a pillar in exaggerated motions. Guess who's hiding behind that pillar, Manager Blood? With that, two familiar figures stumbled out into view from behind a pillar. How could you betray us like that, Gregor? BWAHA. Is everybody just listening in? Bad, weak, and highly annoying. Good night, Snooze Fest, she says. Huh? Did I get that wrong? I never said GNS. When did you get FU? Rishi looked at Sinclair with some interest before slicing open the ceiling above the entrance. And with an uncharacteristically wet noise, presuming cutting through a wall, a black ink-like substance drifted onto the floor, followed by Rhodey and Otis crashing down after it. Get the fuck out. I didn't realize I had garnered such an audience for my story. Executive manager, the sole reason I followed you out here was for the purpose of protection, as I was concerned for your safety. I'm not like the others who have followed you merely to sate their curiosities. Me, I was just bored. Then shall we continue the conversation, Dante? Everyone back to your rooms, now. No Don Quixote, though. No Don? Huh. No Don, no Mersault. No Yizing. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Okay, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh. Do we want to fix anything? Like, do we want to change anything? Well, I can't really do much for that, huh? Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know.
책임은 모두 내가 진다.
Level 1 magic bullet up type. Okay, okay. Look. Hear me out. This is the issue. I've only used blood beans, so like I just never had the time to use any of the other members. Bleed Roshi ID? Hold up. Just bleed? Oh, we could do this. We could do red eyes. Can we do red eyes? Yeah, we can do red eyes. What are you? Oh, he does bleed. He does bleed. Okay. Well, he does burn and bleed. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. I do have this, but I don't think this is bleed, is it? No, it's tremor and burn. Okay. Yeah, alright. We'll go with this. We'll go with this.
저
원하신다. 오늘도 부디 정신을 유지할 수 있기를.
After that little kerfuffle, just as everyone was scattering to their rooms, Otis suddenly began to vehemently oppose leaving me all on my own. Are you absolutely certain, Executive Manager? Seriously, don't worry about it. I usually took the night watch on the bus anyway. That is true. However, we are currently in an uncharted territory for our team. We do not have much experience sleeping at a place where our safety isn't an absolute guarantee. Hey, we're literally right next door to them. It'll take less than 5 seconds for us to come over when something happens. Do you not know that every second matters in emergencies? Now, babushka at the camp, let's get ya out of here. Now the familiar sequence of events and words played out, and they eventually left my room, gently closing the door behind them. Finally, some peace and quiet. I sit on the corner of the bed, surrounded by silence, and allow my shoulders to slump for once. I don't need to sleep like the sinners do, but the fatigue doesn't go away on its own. I needed some time to relax and empty my thoughts every once in a while. While I've gotten somewhat used to the pain, it still hurts like hell when I rewind to Sinner's time. And the longer the journey got, the more frequent and severe the Sinner's injuries became. They did get stronger, that's for sure, but so did our enemies, which means that my clock is always turning and turning without a moment to rest. So I think of the star. Before the great gates which I face with every revival, I witness its intricate engravings and feel its silent vibrations. Even after a whole year, I am still no closer to understanding what they were supposed to represent. But by emptying my thoughts and just taking in the sights, I find myself calming down. Also, the wind is quite cool and crisp tonight. Wait, that's weird. Wind? What's the sudden chill? I suddenly opened the window, but there's no way this gentle breeze could have unlatched and left my window wide open like that. And if it did, it would have made a pretty loud noise. Besides, this chill isn't coming from in front of me. I slowly turn around to look where the window was supposed to be. Oh my god. The way if I was in Dante's position and somebody was just there, I think I would just cry. Wow, he's a Limbus stream. I know. Welcome, Laser. Hello. Who are you? As though driven by some unknown survival instinct, I rolled off the bed. But there was already a blade right at where my neck and head met. Its steel is shearing cold. It's just a little nudge and I'd be dead even before I can make it I could even make a tick. I remembered how worried Otis was to leave me alone. I thought she was just being paranoid. I should have trusted judgment. Just as I was getting ready for my final struggle, my final moments filled with regret about not listening to Otis's advice. Oh, Roshu in for the rescue! What a pathetically thin blade. Too delicate to have the clock, CIH, don't you think? Roshu leapt down from the ceiling and deflected the assailant's dagger away from me. Roshu? Stuck in thinking I was about to see something interesting, but you're just some beast with steel. I looked up to see the ceiling torn open, dripping with vicious paint-like fluid just as I saw earlier during my conversation with Honglu. Executive Manager, are you unharmed? And Otis peeking out from the gap. Otis was the one who instructed Roshu that the ceiling had a room to hide in. Remember that. I'm dead. Shut up and help me. Oh, I thought this one was just some beast with steel. I could have cut this beast in half, sword and all, had I not been on the bus. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will. I suddenly recalled Hohenheim's commentary back at the LCE. I had a vague notion of what he meant, but now I was really feeling it. NFW, what is happening? Just as Roshu was struggling to stop that one blade, the intruder pulled out another dagger with the other arm and slashed at Roshu's neck. A beast of a Heisho pack. The intruder would have cut her throat had Wei not burst through to my door. Who wields you now? I don't suppose dialogue is an option. Light enters not the vast garden, yet falls the star and into its fathom still. The intruder reached into his clothes, muttering an odd invocation. Little shit, a talisman. Wait, get it together! My lady. Just as the intruder's muttering began to grow intense, Jia Shichun leaped into my room and struck the stranger with her fan. Were you going to let that bastard finish that stupid spell? They almost activated the Q-Corp talisman. Apologies, my lady. It seems that I still remain somewhat bound by that spell. Listen, you're no longer a Heisho. You serve me now. Got that? You don't have to let those things control you anymore. Yes, my lady. My apologies. I fell limply to the bed with the sudden alleviation of stress and pressure. Hey, are you... I can't understand him anyway. I managed to stop the assassin before he laid a hand on them, fortunately. Got it. I don't think there was anyone else in here. Let's switch the light on. Click. The lights came on, we saw. This one. This one's from a Mao branch, isn't it? There was a black bamboo hat wearing assassin on the ground. The walls. The walls that appeared solid before we all went to sleep were now melting away as if they were a vicious fluid. There's something wrong with this building. I knew that they must have done something to the building, but how is a Heisho here? This whole operation's gotta be spearheaded by someone with real power. This isn't just an ambush from an overexcited family hierarch contestant. What I don't understand is why the Mao branch? There are better Heisho branches to use if all they wanted was to cut off the clock's head. Then they must have had a different purpose. Correct, this one is from the Mao branch of the Heisho Pact, which means more of them must have infiltrated this building. Though not at the scales of the Z branch, the Mao branch always moves in groups. Therefore, their goal must be to kill every guest staying in this Kezan, including you, my lady. Then, we gotta get moving. We can't let them surround us if we even want a chance of surviving this. Dante! The nurse burst into my room, slamming the door open again. Thou thank me later. If we don't move our asses, we're good as dead, Wei. Yes, we don't have time to contact the main forces of our faction at the family mansion. You know what to do when we're at a numerical disadvantage, right? It will be done, my lady. Yes, Yuchuna and Wei immediately stormed out of the room as soon as they saw the Sinner Center, as though they've been waiting in here for my protection. Don Quixote and Gregor stood red-faced on the edge. On edge, Merzal was covered in battle wounds and Otis wore an inscrutable expression. I stand before you in shame to have to borrow the hands of another to protect the executive manager. No, I should have listened to what you said. Extrapolating from the pattern by which the walls have disintegrated, it is likely that they have utilized the identical means of infiltration for each center. Oh right, were you attacked by bamboo-hatted assailants too? Their ranks numbered many, Manager asked, yet for how many of them they were unsettlingly silent. Barely, we were almost... Not almost, I saw on the way here that some of us did get killed. Impaled straight through the guts. So what he said about fighting indoors, was it taboo? Yes, a lie. How utterly cowardly and just of these vile curs to strike from the shadows. Alas, now is not the moment to ruminate upon their villainy. Hello, Infinity. Hello. Hope you had a good New Year's. Oh my god. Has it been that long? Goddamn March. I did have a good New Year's. I hope you did too. Correct, besides. There's more of them waiting to sink their blades into us. So that's why we only have these 5. They're all dead. Alright, wind rate is the answer. You know, I know this is a very old question to ask. But what did everybody do for New Year's? Did anybody do anything special for New Year's?
여러분에게 도움이 되었으면 좋겠네요. 죄인인가?
You went to Texas? Holy shit! How was that? Whoa. I like to pretend the previous years didn't happen. Why? What happened? What happened? What has caused you to feel that way? Oh, I see. Okay. Did you at least eat good food?
다들 기세등등하네요. 지금 공격해보는 건 어떨까요, 관리자님?
Wait, his attack skills are actually so satisfying.
원더풀한 선택이었어 나리. 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
The food in California is better. Aww. I do. I have both the new Roshi one, new Mersault one, and I got the Eagle Sinclair.
그러니
Yeah, I already got all of
할
them.
것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
Already got all of them.
우리가 이룰 수 있는 유일한 꿈이니까. 닥쳐라.
Yeah. Did you guys get
누굴
them
팰지
already?
내가 정한다.
What? Did you guys get all 3 of them?
대고의 납치한 것도 도움이 될 때가 있네요.
Hey, how many pulls did it take you?
꿰뚫려라.
60? Oh, that's pretty good. Holy shit. 120 pulls set. Oh, which one did you not? Did you not get the Eagle Sinclair? Is what I'm assuming you didn't get, Maiden. All 3. I actually really wanted Sinclair's Eagle. I didn't really care about the other 2, but I ended up getting all 3 of them because I got Sinclair's Eagle last. So I guess it worked out. It worked out. Do you not pull for like the ones that the banners that come out? No, Infinity? Infinity, whenever I say your name, like it makes me like say to your urge to say Infinity and beyond. You just shard them? Oh my god. That's fair. We're in Sinclair Eagles, so can't complain. I had to pity Roshu ID, I think. One of the 2 IDs. Okay. I heard a lot of good things about Roshu's ID. Well, V and Mercala were saying that the Roshu one is great. I'm enjoying this like Mersault one, I ain't gonna lie. Only because his animation and the sounds is great. It's like satisfying. I know, 45k, holy shit. I think we're safe for now. Something tells me they're not fighting us at full force. At least we routed them, so hopefully that means something. Where did Don Quixote go? Hark, for I am here. Don Quixote rushed into my room from the hallway outside. I had gone to ask if the other sinners had suffered as we have. Verily, they were indeed targeted as well. Most defended themselves well against the curse, but shall be here post-haste yet. Not everyone survived, huh? Young Sinclair knew saying, while it appears that they had risen in battle, they were caught unawares by our foes. 'Tis likely that their demise came soon after tripping over each other's foot. How embarrassing. And young Heathcliff, isn't that fella a resident mob fight expert? How did they even get him? They didn't get me, mate. I'm good as new. Heathcliff. Huh? What's got you so gobsmacked, lass? I recall a blade piercing young Heathcliff in the back of his head. Didst thou turn the clock for him already, Manager Esquire? No? Not yet anyway. Blimey, so that's what this funny itch on the back of my head... Oh. Heathcliff, the man that you are. The man that you are. Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious. Heathcliff reached up to the back to rub the back of his head, then crumpled to the floor mid-sentence. Heathcliff's not breathing anymore, he's dead. How do you even manage to walk all the way over here with a hole in his head? Young Heathcliff! The other sinners are starting to gather, Manager. As pathetic as this force may be, we cannot spare any hands at the moment, Executive Manager. We must also join the others as soon as possible and assist them. There are sounds of altercations coming from the lobby. Gotcha. The clock turns as it always does. Sometime later. Whoa, whoa, please hold on a moment. You! I can still see some people inside the lobby, which was also in the bizarre process of melting away. Phew. Among them I noticed Yashichin clashing against the figure wearing a bamboo hat. Going on the offensive already, huh? How come a big shot in control of a Heisho pack decided to come after small fries like us? And behind the black bamboo hat wearing assassin stood. I see that you have tracked me down, so certain of your own safety. Sorry, But my master has already prepared countermeasures. There stood Jin Taos, our supposed collaborator who led us here, and Wei, who was threatening him with a sword. So you were behind this. Ah, it's you. I sussed out that you'd be planning something like this, but you lacked the patience to pull it off. You're quite observant. Thought I'd completely won you over. You must know that at H Corp there is but one path to survival and riches. Choose a family hire candidate and serve them with utter loyalty. But who in their right mind would serve young Master Baoyu? He who has grown up with no hardship. He who doesn't possess even a single speck of ambition. You shut your bloody mouth, yeah, you rich boy. Oh, are you just gonna sit there and let that bloke talk shite to your face? But he's right that I don't have any ambitions. Have you got no self-respect? What do you have anyway? Okay, everyone shut up for a second. He's obviously taunting you. Stop indulging him. Wei, speak. I know that you have no means to wield a Heisho pack. So speak. Which master did you choose to serve? Who controls them? Ah, so they are curious. Stay your sword, Zilu. Another unfamiliar voice from the shadows. Huh. Young master, are you certain this is wise? Worry not, they're destined to be swept away by the morning dew anyway. The trajectory of their fate shall not alter course, were they to witness me. The boy soon reveals himself in the shadows, walking into the light with a casual, assured gait. Huh, seriously you? I see. Allow me to grace you ignoramuses with my exalted name. I'm Yihua of the Shi family. You may know me as a very prominent candidate of the throne of the family hierarch. Zilu. You like Zilu? You like this guy, Z?
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다.
Unexpected foe. Okay.
그게 책임은 모두
원하신다면
군주간
소재가 준비됐어?
We can only do 6? I mean, I could do this, but do we wanna try something different? Should I not bring these two in and bring these two in instead?
해골바가지랑 거미 대가리 후드려 패러 간다.
Hornet? Okay. We'll use him. Instead of Roshu, should we bring in
볼까요? 먼저 준비하고
a
있을게요.
different Sinclair? Should we bring this one? I kind of want to see his ego. I'm very curious. Alright.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Prominent. But of course I claim control of a branch of the Heisho packs, while you were wasting your time out there searching for the river of immortality or whatever. I don't even know where to start to refute your brain-dead accusation. This is way beneath me. I don't even want to address you as my senior either. So who is it? Big Brother Juan? No, I can't imagine he'd ever be interested in someone like you. What are you talking about? I'm asking whose teat you've been suckling on to gain the control of the Mao branch, because we both know for sure that there's no way in hell you have the means to control them, right? You little twerp. Are you sure you want to insult my height from where you're standing? Master Yihua? Doesn't seem like the mastermind of this operation was actually anyone important. Agreed. I can tell just by the look of that traitor with the Oh my god. Blah 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 of a deceiver. This was a waste of time. Hazy cut them all down. The mission was to assassinate them. To meet them in an open battle to take the lives of higher candidates was not what was agreed upon. What the blah blah blah, just shut up and do as you're told. I may fight to protect your life, yet I cannot do more. A Heisho heeds no voices to that of the one who holds their leash. Looks like the Shi Yihua doesn't even control these guys. Yet there is an apt saying, oft invoked in the East, a fox may pretend to the throne, but only with the blessing of the tiger. Shut up over there. Damn it, this Heisho pack is useless, can't even get a simple job done. Master Yihua, the Heisho pack was here merely as a backup plan. Our true strategy involves— oh my god, I can't read right now, what the heck? Ahem, true, this is fine, I have other plans to sweep you all away. This is the second time this individual has made an odd emphasis on a variation of the word sweep. What are you saying, that you bribed the sweepers or something? While their reactions may appear suspicious, that suggestion is almost an absolute impossibility. The head is at the top of the sweeper's chain of command. In other words, only the head possesses the authority to command them. Right. Yeah, of course. Moreover, they are prohibited from touching, let alone entering any designated residential areas during the night in the back streets. This is a permanent, immutable taboo of the head, one of the very first to be introduced. The effort of going through a myriad of paperwork to ensure that that Mephistopheles is recognized as a residential vehicle was ultimately to capitalize on this taboo. Yes, it is exactly as you say. What a stupid question to ask, making me anxious out of nowhere. That soured the mood. Come, let us leave. I had only intended to have them see my face after all. Too bad I won't even remember them in a few days once they all get swept away. So unserious, dude. He's so unserious. I don't know. Master Yihua? We best leave before any more unnecessary words are said. Boss is right. These guys are acting way too suspicious to not have some scheme brewing back there. So overtly suspicious that I'm starting to wonder if they're trying to use reverse psychology on us into walking right into their trap. Well, once surrounded by nothing but uncertainties, there's a solution that usually works. Boss. Boss had intended to make this suggestion first, but it appears that you shared the idea. Yep. So, Otis. Yes, Executive Manager. We have 12 sinners, Jiyoshi-chun and Wei on our side. And I don't think the so-called Mao branch are willing to fight, which means that we only have 3 enemies. Chi Yuhua, our guide, and Zilu, the assassin. We have the numerical advantage, don't we? You always make the most accurate read of the battlefield. What's going on over there? What's that tick-tocking noise? Our former guide seemed to have figured out what our conversation was about because he took a few slow, careful steps away from Shi Yuhua before bolting off into the distance. I've been thinking this all day, but he sure is a fast runner. Oh. What is it, Honglu? Did you remember something? I did. I had a hard time recalling this because he isn't from my family. But I remember now, you're big brother Yihua of the Shi family, right? Didn't that guy just announce that himself earlier? Anyways, Honglu, I'm gonna get that guy and beat the motives out of him. Is that gonna be okay with you? He's not from my family, but I'm sure big brother Yihua will be happy to answer your questions. Great. Another thing. As your commander, I should probably say something cool to start off the battle, right? Wow, that's going to be so cool, like something straight out of a story. Otis said something like this once. That even if one side has the absolute advantage in battle, the commander's words may be the deciding factor in who wins and loses. So I decided to borrow a few words from a book Honglu once lent me. It was the general who said it, I believe. Destroy them all! Damn, I was kind of expecting more than that, Dante, I ain't gonna lie. Oh. Should I be scared? I know! Destroy them all? Damn, I thought it was gonna be something more than that. Okay, no problem so far. Whoa. Doesn't seem to do a lot of damage just yet.
여러분에게 도움이 되었으면 좋겠네요.
Oh my god. Okay. I see what the issue is. I know. Okay.
불길 속으로.
Okay, I didn't realize that he has high speed than us. My bad. Nice power counter. Okay, everybody's winning. Well, this fight is genuinely not that bad at all. I was kind of expecting it to be a lot more difficult, but maybe I'm
이
jinxing it. I don't know.
공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
다들 균
Damage!
역시 떨거진이 잘라낸다. 학교는 영웅당 탑5가
I don't like you giving me that face, V. What's wrong?
기대한다. 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
필은
원더풀 선택이었어 나리! 저기 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Holy shit. Huh? A strange tune crashes through the sound of this fierce battle. Is this electronic dance music? Something about it sounds familiar. No. 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 No, 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 no. Is that fucking Ricardo? No, no, no. Wait. It could be anybody else. It could be anybody else. It could be somebody else. We don't know. We don't know yet. Oh my god, it's fucking Ricardo. Why is he here? Why is he here? There's nobody else that would have the silhouette. I can't think of anybody else. And it's purple. Yeah, it's fucking Ricardo. Why is he here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Go away. Thanks to the merry chase you've led me on, I have slid ever so slightly further into the world of the Bristly. Let's see, Title 2, Section 11, Arrow C. The punishment for those who dare to flee from the middles and retribution begins by tearing their legs apart from the groin. I'll make sure you suffer for all of my time you wasted. What the fuck is that blighter doing here? Heathcliff, remember you stole his hair coupons? I still remember you stealing his hair coupons. That you, like, wasn't even worth. Oh my god. The hell's wrong with you? You've been stalking us all along? Since one is chasing after a thief conflated with stalking, I'll have you know that I'm still banished from the world of delicious thanks to you who dare to pinch my hair coupons. What the hell? Where'd they come from? You guys are just pissing people off left and right, aren't you? Dilu, take them out. What an utterly insular fool. What did you say? Do you not know that man? What's the middle doing here? Ricardo, big brother of the middle. The man who slaughtered the sinners like they were nothing. The man who almost forced me to self-destruct. Faust, don't tell me I have to get ready for that again. No, not yet. According to the evaluation data, they'll see the sinner's power had grown since their time at the Great Lake. Our chance of victory against this individual has risen to a meaningful degree to forfeit the battle before it even begins. By how much? Enough to put our faith into uncertainties? Alright then, enough with the background noise. I don't know what your business is with these thieves, but I personally traveled all the way to the eastern part of the city because I simply must exact my vengeance against him with my 2 hands. I could have simply informed my brothers in the east and let them handle this, but that just wouldn't do. I was determined to see this through to the end myself, even if it meant asking a great brother of the east for a favor. So you there, Half Pint and his cute mini entourage, get the hell out of my sight. The middle book of vengeance comes first. Half Pint? Keep babbling that fat lip of yours, minion of the fingers. You don't scare me at all with your cheap hairdo and that garnish that's all botched dye job. You're the age curve turf now. I am... Oh... Oh... Wow, just wow. Bloody hell, mate. That's messed up. He's far too absorbed in his own foolishness to see he's walking to his own demise. Unexpectedly, Ricardo's face wasn't contorted with wrath. Even after enduring that barrage of insults, instead he looked surprised. A moment of silence followed, during which he seemed to be absorbed in thought. You impressive. You just set a new record. You are the current record holder for how fast can I get written up in Ricardo's Book of Vengeance challenge. Boy, you did it in 15 seconds. Then with trembling hands, he reached down to grab his Book of Vengeance, opened it, and began to write something down on the paper, slowly and deliberately as though to make each stroke a head count. Unfortunately, your audacity is terminal. I will rip your jaws apart myself as punishment. Boys, make sure that this little band of thieves won't get away while I deal with this pipsqueak. What the hell is his asshole talking about? Hey, Zilu! Huh. Who the actually, I don't care. Stop me if you can. Effective immediately, the punishment for all involved parties by bystanders at the site of your crime shall be complete and total extermination. I think we can slip away unnoticed in this mess? I don't think we got much of a chance there. Ricardo practically rocketed toward where Zilu and Yuhua were standing in a burst of speed, but his henchmen had already begun to slowly surround us as he ordered. Ready your weapons, everyone. Payback time for what happened at the Great Lake. Let's do this. Besides, I've got a score to settle with that son of a bitch.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐도 포기하지 마세요. 저들의 공격은 우리의 투지를 깨뜨릴 수 없을 테니.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I mean, it'll be fine, right? Like, let's just do win rate and see where it goes. Why is he here? This wave? Oh my god. Please, 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 please. Do I really have to fight Ricardo this? Is it actually? Like, we're back to fighting Ricardo after this? Deadass?
제대로 된 판단이 안 서는 모양입니다.
Yes, deadass. Okay, fine. Maybe it won't be as bad as last time. Where I had to literally search up a guide.
무기를 만드는 것만큼
조금씩 끝이 보이네요. 굉장해요.
산소류 경혈보 라샹.
Oh, you're so right. He's only 5 levels ahead of us. Like, we'll be fine. We'll be okay.
평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
Like, what is he gonna do?
저희가 이길 것
What a
같아요.
funny guy.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
There was an explosive noise from a distance, and moments later Ricardo landed before us with a boom. I heard that the Heisho of the East were a tough bunch, but that lady was something else. So why do women like that suddenly split from a fight? Not my problem, I guess. She's getting written down in the book too. Time to take care of what I really came here for. Get ready for a beatdown, coupon thieves.
너무 약올리신 것
Oh my
같은데.
god. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, Okay. Okay. Alright, give me a second. Guys, I don't remember. Dude, I don't remember what the fuck he does. Should we just like No, 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 that's not gonna work. Where the hell's that going? Can you counter that? Where are you going? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck. Okay, we're just gonna have to do that and just do that. I think that is the only way. Huh? Oh! Okay, I didn't realize that. Nope. Neutral. Oh my god, should we just eagle it? I know! Fine. Yeah. Sinclair's already, so this is clashing with Dawn, Sinclair, and then there's Rhodia, and then here's Mirasol, here's Otis, and then here is Gregor.
아류탄초 경연육시 느껴라.
Oh my god.
떼어내주지.
Oh my god.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
Holy shit. Thank you, the luck gods above.
그대들 기억하고 있지 않은가? 이곳의 깜짝 어트랙션을.
What the fuck is this?
동그랗게 뜨고 집중하면 저런 기교는 그다지 어려울 것도 없지 않겠는가?
Oh my god, I don't remember. I don't remember. 야봐요. Oh, it's hopeless. Hopeless. You can join a more special debuff you have. Oh fuck. Okay. Hold up. I use egos. No egos. Hopeless. Oh. Well, there's this. Neutral. Dude. Dominating. Right here. Oh my god. Does this work? Can I offset that? I don't think she can offset that though. You can't? Okay. Well. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I will get wow. You do want to jump Werner as fast as possible? Okay. That is what we will do. Wait a minute. Whatever, fuck it. Should you try using this? Or should we save it? Should we save it? They deal minus 50% against sub-targets. Oh, maybe not. Think I save it? Yeah, I'll save it, I'll save it. Okay. Oh, no, he's losing. I was worried about that. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. We staggered one of them. Okay. Sick. No. Fuck. Oh my god, Otis, what are you doing? Shit.
그러니 우리도 아무런 위협 없이 대처할 수 있을 것일세.
Okay, wait. 2? Oh my god. Sinclair has to ego? Yeah. Oh my god, it's hopeless though. Shit. Okay, hold up. Oh my god. You know that Harmony Sinclair is not for clashing? No? If for damage only. So if I use it, it'll just do damage still? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, God. I've never used it yet. As a damage skill. Oh, I see. Fuck. I am. I'm doomed. Stagger's the other guy? I could. Is that all I can do? Pray. Guess so. Wait. I could. He's not that far. Oh, I could 100% do it. I could 100% do it. Okay, what should I do? Like, just put everything onto him? What are we thinking, guys? Cause Dawn is already dominating this. And I just like throw everything afterwards? All in its counter skill. This? The payback? Okay. Okay. Is that good enough? Cause I have... Oh my god. Wait, I don't think I can do it. Can I? Should I use it? I think I'm fine. Don't use it. Should we do that? Is it worth it? I'm gonna use it, guys. We're doing it. Okay, we're gonna do it. What do you mean it's hopeless? Why is everything hopeless? Does all of the counters go? Okay. Alright. We're going. Wait, what about this? Should I not do that? Or no? Doesn't matter? Okay. Who are you going after? I'll make Rhodia go after it. Okay.
불길 속으로.
아유 산초 경연 역시 느껴라. 만찬에 집중해. 추잡하네.
Oh my god, you do nothing. 아?
잠시 아파도 참아주세요. 장담할게요. 사람만큼
my
훌륭한
God.
음악을 만들어주는 건 없어요.
Whoa, he looks so cool.
그걸 그 무기로 때리시오.
It's okay, we staggered, guys. He staggered. Gregor staggered him.
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다. 어차피 이미 이길 거라고 확신하고 있으실 테니까.
Oh my god. Wait, what's the plan? Should I just jump Ricardo? Should I use the ego again? No? I could use the ego again. Fuck it, we ball.
불길 속으로.
Ooh. Oh my god, relax. Oh my god, this eagle looks so cool.
아파도
So happy I got it.
장담할게요. 사람만큼 훌륭한 음악을 만들어주는 건 없어요.
Oh my god, relax.
거인들과 싸울 때가 떠오르네요. 승리로 날아가기 싫으시면 제대로 보고 대처하셔야 합니다. 이거는 안 받아들일 수
What's that? Trigger. Okay. Oh. Oh. You're probably screwed now? Why? What is he doing? What are you doing? Summon 2 allies. Ah. Yabe. I have to hit the other stagger. Oh my god. Okay, that's gonna be very difficult. Quite difficult indeed. Should we just do this? that even an attack? No, it's not. Is it? I don't think so. That is an attack? Oh shit. Dagger, but I think it's still winnable. Okay. I mean, Sinclair can take it. Should we defense that? Defense it? Fuck it.
계획인가?
아류탄초 경연육시 느껴라.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
기대해라.
He's so close to staggering, guys. He's so close. Wait, he's so close to staggering. Okay, yes. Yes, I can. Send it. Hold up. I want to make sure. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Nuke this man? Just nuke it? Ignore the guy? Ignore the other two? Are we ignoring them? I mean, we could. All in Ricardo. Okay. I could do the Sinclair thing again. Yeah? Okay. And then I do it at the offset, right? Is this what we're doing? Wait. Do we want to do this? Is this important? Okay, wait a minute. Time to die. Wait, did I do it right? I'm pretty sure they're faster than him, so they can do it right. Yeah? Okay.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Oh my god! Mersault the man that you are! Oh. Well, that's fine.
잠시 아파도
Yeah, I didn't really win against the, Oh, what the fuck?
장담할게요.
What the fuck?
사람만큼 훌륭한 음악을 만들어주는 건 없어요. 그래 화만 돋는 것 같은 거요. 때리더라.
피날레를 시작하자.
She's doing 0 damage to him. The amount of zeros is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. Oh, I won? I just needed to get past the okay. Okay. Oh my god. Thank god, thank god, thank god, thank god, thank god. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you everybody. Thank you for being there through my toughest times, through my toughest moments, through my struggles. Oh my god. Wait. A shadow cuts across the battlefield just as the sudden appearance of Ricardo was making things incredibly more difficult for us. Why is he laughing like that? Huh? Didn't that guy split? What's he doing here laughing his butt off? That was HP log? Oh, okay. I thought we had to like completely beat him, you know? Thank God. I mean, we still would have done it because we staggered him. He ran away. Well, I mean, he didn't run away, but... Okay. You finally lost the plot, eh? Failed plan after plan. Failed plan takes a toll, I suppose. Oh, maybe that was too much. But I mean, how could I not laugh, right? When after all that, everything comes together perfectly according to my plan. You hear this too, don't you? The sound of the city, the sound of the back streets. Do you hear the sound of crashing waves? Waves? When the sound of battle came to a stop with Yuha starting to shout, we all suddenly began to notice a low crawling sound of omen that had been swirling under the commotion. Something's melting, regurgitating, or perhaps boiling over. If not, it's seeping, it's siphoning, it's a trace that was at once living and dead. Crashing and breaking, devoid of any recognizable stops, the lines between where it begins and ends blurred. Yes, like waves. Current time is 03:21 hours, then it's too late. The night in the back streets. We've never been outside the bus at this hour, have we? It was past 4 in the morning when we briefly set foot in the outskirts, so no, we have. This will be our second time. Though it must be noted that the time of the day was not a matter of concern then, as we were in the outskirts. They're finally getting all swept away like trash. Oh, how I've waited for this moment. What's he on about? You can't possibly be thinking that the sweepers somehow break the taboo to help you. Still missing the point, botched purple dye job. Zilu, let us leave to the promised location. Huh? Did he actually scamper all the way here just to gloat at us and run away? And Daichi Yua gloated at us with a confident boast as though he was finally ready to face us, only to turn tail again with an unmistakable look of relief. I don't get it. Does he actually believe that the sweepers will help him? Faust. Indeed, sweepers do not invade residential areas, however. What if we're standing isn't actually a residential area? What are you talking about? Look, this place has got walls, beds, beddings, and... I guess the walls felt weirdly mushy, huh? Melty? It wasn't just Rody who realized what was going on. The other students all began to look around in confusion as well. The walls of the Kazan had all but melted away, leaving nothing behind. As though the place we slept all night in was but a house in a painting. Our realization came too late, as the wave-like noise from earlier had already encroached right up to where we were. And unlike the other times, when they'd simply parked around the bus, they were cutting straight into the remnants of our lodging. 3. Oh. DJ, turn the music up for this next bit. Okay. What's going on? Why? This is ridiculous. Sweepers, how dare they break the taboo so brazenly? Looks like I'll be facing the waves tonight. Why do you sound excited about this? I mean, let's make some things clear. It's clear that we do nothing but stand around, they'll sweep us all away. Damn it, we have to make her stand here. What the fuck? Ooh. You know, I believe in the team, but... Ooh, that belief is kinda going down.
자, 해골바가지랑 거미 대가리 부드려 패러 간다.
Yeah. You should bring backup for this? Okay.
군주가 나선
Say less. Say less. Shit.
내가
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주자.
Guys, I don't like why you guys are doing that. You guys are scaring me. Is it bad? Is it really bad? How bad is it? How bad are we talking? Oh my god. Oh my god.
가능하면 다치시지 않게 싸우셨으면 좋겠어요.
Oh my god. What the fuck? It's pretty cool, yeah, honestly. Whoa.
먹혀든 것
Oh,
같아요.
Jichun's here. Nice. Oh my god. Ooh. Well, shit. Have enough damage to kill you? Okay.
어쩐 일로 진짜 도움이 되는 걸 걸치고 오셨네요.
Ooh.
이대로 몰아넣으시죠.
I can't do it? No. No, not like this. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Meter throwing. Stop throwing stuff at my face. Guys. Okay.
필중 의지.
Okay.
이제야 실력을 좀 내신.
That was delayed? Oh my
저희가
god.
이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
I'm so scared for Otis right now, guys. This doesn't work out, we switch to different IDs. I don't know. Dude, Jijun is getting cooked. Like, is she okay?
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로
Otis, are you okay? You're okay. You're okay.
잘라낸다.
By himself? I know, Mersault is actually so strong here. He's popping off.
굉장해요.
Dude, Shichun is getting fucked. Every time. Every clash. Oh shit, Dawn. Nah, it's fine, Dawn. You're fine. You're fine, Dawn. Oh, Shichun is cooked.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Does Jishin need to stay alive, guys? What if she dies? Do I need to keep her alive? Okay.
이따가 버스에서 회고해야지 않겠는가?
Damn, I didn't bring the other Dawn Ego, and that kind of makes me sad. Just a little bit. Oh my god. You should use Dirty Collab Ego? Okay, I'll use that. Oh my god.
엄청난 공격이었어요. 어떻게 저렇게 강하실 수 있죠?
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I do. I'll do it when Gregor has an unopposed, cause yeah, we'll do it later. We'll do it a little later. Just because you're sure it's fine? Oh shit. I already sent it. I'll do it after then. Oh my god, Versal, chillax. Holy shit. He's so strong, for what?
피날레를 시작하자.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, Shichun, popping off.
기대 아무것도 영을 가리. 그대로 무너져라.
Okay.
엄청난 공격이었어요. 어떻게 저렇게 강하실 수 있죠?
Dude, there's so much happening that I don't know what's going on.
눈부시지 않고 두려워하지 마.
버스에서 회고해야지 않겠는가?
So I can reuse it in 4 turns? Wait, 4 turns. Yeah, okay, okay.
잘나는 듯한 소평을 꿰뚫려라.
Already at the buff, okay.
내가 알아서 처리.
Ah, wave 2 complete, wave 3 incoming. The battle was long and grueling. Even Ricardo and his henchmen appeared visibly exhausted after a second wave. Big bro, we messed up. We never should have put you through this trouble in the first place. Don't worry about it, kid. You've taken a brother who came all the way from the south and guided him safely through the labyrinth that is H-Corp. I'd say you've done more than enough. No one could have expected that we'd be fighting the sweepers of all things. If we're able to withstand the sweepers, enemies that could even give the middle trouble. Practice makes perfect, and perfection makes an expert, huh? I guess Honglu wasn't too off the mark. Man, we would have been long swept away by the horde if we were still new at this. Ishmael, who was taking this brief downtime to check the sharpness of her harpoon, was right. We've been through something like this before, fighting against an endless horde of enemies, long battles of attrition. It wasn't new. And that very experience was definitely an edge we had against these enemies. Of course, can we even handle the third wave at this rate? There's no choice but to withstand it. Nothing was certain just yet. We still have the third wave to survive. I'll carry out your sentences as soon as we survive the third wave. Even when we're all basically in the same boat, that guy just can't help but have it out for us, huh? Why would I ever... The third wave begins, and with it the building suddenly begins to shift violently. What's going on? The buildings are shifting. What's happening? I remember asking all of you guys to read the damn pamphlets. Building sites age course shift every once in a while. I didn't know it would be like this, but still. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Fortunately, it doesn't seem that the building we're in is shifting by much. Executive manager. As soon as Otis finished, an Iran building suddenly jutted violently from the ground, rising in a diagonal burst, and struck Ricardo square in the chest, sending him blasting off into the skyline. Oh my god. Damn you! Mark my words, this is also going in the book. Ricardo wasn't the only one that got practically punched by a building. Big bro! The henchmen of the middle, who had formed a defensive square to withstand the waves, were blasting off in all directions. Or maybe they were falling, I wasn't sure anymore. What's happening? The movement of the buildings has significantly reduced the enemy population in this area, Dante. This is an opportunity. My god. Now that those irritating bastards are off our backs, I think this is definitely more doable now. I can feel the spirit rising among the sinners. Come on, let's do this. We've done this kind of fight 1,000 times. Oh my god. Ricardo, the man you are. Chichin is still with it. 21 health! Bye. She's cooked. She's so cooked, guys. I don't even know what to say. Is it 20, right? 31. We need a little bit more, guys. What do you mean you're struggling with that? Do we use ego for this? Next turn, yeah, next turn. I'm just worried because this is a struggle for Roshi right here. Right, I can't do it. Force for the flame. It's fine. She has shield. Okay. Mersault. Oh my god. That is disgusting. That is so disgusting. What? Oh my god. No, she lost. Fine. I thought she was gonna turn the tables for a second. Oh my god. I unfortunately don't think I have. I don't think I got the Mersault one. I didn't get that one. He didn't come home, guys. He didn't come home. 40. Okay, let's use it. It's time to use it. How many enemies? This is the last wave. Oh, enemy 5 out of 12. Oh god. Hit it. What ticket? Hello, Excelia. Hello. I know, I'm so behind. I know. Okay, okay. I'll use the ticket. I'll use the ticket. Ah.
이 검은,
어?
이 명예는, 이 영광은
Oh my god.
이빨의 채. 밤을
Whoa.
입이 다물어지지 않을 정도의 일격이었다. 뭐가 내 죄는 내가 알아서 처리.
Nice.
엄청난 공격이었어요.
I'm dead. What is that guy gonna do? He's cooked.
꿰뚫려라.
Get him, Don. My god. Hope you didn't miss the last weekend. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Looks like he popped off. He popped off still. Was that the last of him? Current time is 0424 hours, about 10 minutes until the night into Backstreet ends, but we can relax now given that we survived the third wave. The buildings are also no longer shifting. Stability has been restored. We did it, Executive Manager. Bloody hell, finally. The center's all collapsed to the ground from exhaustion. There was a Kez on here, but it's gone now, despite the fact that we haven't moved at all from our initial positions. There wasn't even a trace of it having been here. I know Zichin somehow survived, by the way. The last time we saw her, she had 12 goddamn HP. Oh my god. That was one hell of a battle, man. I thought I was done for. This is killing me. I don't know if he would have survived. Could have survived that if that hair-obsessed loon wasn't here to draw some of them away. I guess we got something to thank him for. Oh, so that's all they've gotten ahead on battle. Art thou acquainted with these foes, young Roshu? Of course I've heard of them. Their scent of blood was vague, but it cannot be, no. Would be best to not linger over long on this thought. Why not? Dig deeper. Letting ephemeral inspiration slip through your fingers is the death of creativity. I said I won't linger on it. Don't rush me. Whatever. Oh, uninspiring. Oh my god, what the fuck? They're so serious. So weird. Guys, now's not the time to bicker. Roshi and Don Quixote's words were indeed unnerving, but we'd have plenty of time to discuss that once we return to the buzz. If we can return in one piece. Chi Yuhua. I'll be frank, that was impressive. I thought for sure you'd have been long slept away by now. Chi Yuhua, who must have been waiting somewhere nearby to watch us die because it did not take long for him to reappear before us. Perhaps they agreed upon a new deal while we were fending off the waves of sweepers. The Mao Branch and Zilu were both approaching us in an intimidating gait that contrasted with their earlier passivity. Damn it. Executive Manager, we've had too many high-risk, high-fatigue battles in succession. I hate to offer such disloyal advice, but it may be wise to avoid this battle at all costs. That don't seem like an option to me. I look around. Most of the sinners were either dead, trampled, and chopped to small, unrecognizable pieces. They were barely holding on at best. I can bring him back. I always do. But when they've completely surrounded us, I don't know if I can bring them back in time to protect me. They might just cut the sinners down as soon as they get back up. Well, this was well within my predictions. I can simply finish off anyone that hasn't been swept away. Now, a stage is set for my ascension. For the next 10 minutes, no sweepers, let alone anyone, is coming here. You know why? Because who in their right mind would leave their homes when the night in the backstreets is still ongoing? And looks even that annoying idiot from the middle has been taken care of too, somehow. You, how much was your plan? How much you asked? The whole thing, of course, all the way back to that construction site that blocked your path. The one who deceived that unscrupulous fool of your company? It was me, the one who put the pitiful Xingtao, who doesn't even have a family name, with you? It was me. The one who contracted the Triax office to challenge you for a duel? It was me. And guess who it was that relayed your real-time location to all kinds of forces in the district? Yes, it was me. And this trashy lodging without a residential permit? all devised by none other than yours truly using Q-Corp's technology. I see. Oh, so good. It was so good, wasn't it? What a perfect strategy. What did you think? Aren't I great? Aren't I so utterly clever? This is exactly why I deserve to be the next family hierarch. Folly to speak those words. An unfamiliar voice echoed from the dark. There was neither animosity nor hospitality, only utter serenity and nothing else. The speaker approached us, walking under the narrow way of moonlight that shone between the shifted buildings. In his hand was a decapitated head illuminated by the pale light. Blood dribbles from the severed neck, and the wide-open eyes remained frozen in its final moments filled with utter terror. He walks towards us in step with the drip, drip of the blood. It can't be. Jia Chu? I knew Yihua was working for someone. It was him. Hey, why do you have Jingtao's head? I brought back the wayward pet to its master, that it may once again be leashed. There's a serpent, my lord. Leave it. You needn't shoo it away. What? You're alone the Heisho pack so that you may simply get in their way, no more. I see there was a sudden change of heart once you held the leash in your hands. That the return to the Shi family side would be to your benefit? No, you knew everything all along? What, I must ask, is everything to you? Your vision is too limited for my lord's wisdom to comprehend. The wise fails to peer through the narrow-sighted eyes of the fool. But if by everything you refer to how you feigned abandonment from the Shi family to secure my lord's trust, indeed it could be said that we do know everything. Don't kill me, please. Please don't kill me. I will share with you my most guarded secrets at the Shi family. Right, the 10 Blades of the East. Yes, the... But Shi Yuhua could speak no more. For a serpentine blade struck from the umbra and separated his head from his torso with ease. Little Yihua, have I not warned you time again and again to guard your tongue against the creeping desperation? I believe that we have gathered the intelligence we had hoped to collect, my lord. You need in pursuit of serpent, Zilu. His voice boomed as he commanded those who appeared to be his officers. The tall-built man took a ponderous step from the shadows and stood before us. With an enigmatic expression, he wordlessly looked at Yihua's decapitated head now lying on the ground, then at us. It was as though he was gazing upon the clouds, or blades of grass. I shall take them with me. He picked up Yihua's decapitated head before gesturing at his officer with a nod. And here it is, my lord. Wrap their heads with stasis wraps and decomposition and won't set in time anytime soon. Blah blah. And with those bandages, he begins to wrap them up in a practiced motion. He does not pay us any heed, as though we weren't even worth the attention. Return to me once you're finished here. Yes, my lord. Hold on, you can't just show up out of nowhere and... He did not reply, his eyes gazing yet reflecting nothing but hollow emptiness. And just as he had emerged from the darkness, he vanished into the shadows carrying 2 decapitated heads.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도
Oh my god. What the...
생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니
Okay.
가릴 것 없이
Mysterious
마음껏 마셔.
people? Hangul not have anything to say about that? Things weren't looking any better. I could instinctively tell that they were different from anyone or anything we faced in Hangyuan so far. I don't suppose our lord left them alive only for us to slay them. Then perhaps it would be apt that I introduce myself, as it is common courtesy to do so. Call me Zigong. I am but a humble student of my lord, Master Chu's teaching. I'm probably saying that wrong. Chiyu? My lord, Master Hugh, somehow I was reminded of the discussion Jingtao refused to finish. For when the far one comes betwixt the burnt doors shall a star falls astray. Blah blah. As for the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the backstreets in the recent months. Not the place to discuss such matters. Oh, this is just a flashback. Name's Dante. I'm their manager. I decided to speak up struggling through the pressure. I instinctively knew that we had to find out as much as I could about that man from earlier. They introduced themselves as Manager Dante. I see. Your candidness is appreciated. Lilu, withdraw the Mao. Seems that we need not contend with them at the moment. Very well. It seemed that they had the very same thought about us. Now is that sufficient proof of our intent to engage in a brief discourse? To discuss some matters with you to mark a courtly ending to this encounter should be of benefit to us for the prospects of our future. So ask away, as they say. So, that's when Jia Shichun stepped forward after having retreated from the domineering presence. So that's what those suspicious songs I heard on the backstreets were about. It's about you guys, wasn't it? So are those lyrics true? Ah, so that is what you wish to know. Shichun of the Jia family. It is said that you possess talent in rhetoric, yet walk a path beclouded by concern and anxiety. Truly, your insignificance precludes your part in greatness. Wait, don't speak for me. I would have been the first to say anything if I thought she was wrong. Yes, my lady. Yihua, you're the one who sent him after us, right? Close, not yet, not exact. He was an agent of the Shi family, sent to spy on my lord's doings. Blah. We have besought him control of the Heisho pack, for we had found his conduct shallow and saw means of learning more of the Shi family's machinations. Machinations? Yet it seems that once granted power, the boy mistook himself for a man with the wherewithal to represent the Shi family. So you used him. Thus he sought to use us. So he was quite shallow in his strategy compared to our own. But what now? I don't think you're looking to kill us, right? Now, nothing. Do whatever it was that you had sought to accomplish, Lee. You're letting two of your master's rivals go just like that? What a strange thing to say. Look around as I might, I fail to see any rivals here. Then, why did you order Yihua to attack us? You said it yourself, we're not even your rivals. The manager inquires why you commanded Yihua to carry out this assault against Limbus Company. They fear, yet they seek to gain understanding through that fear. Yet they remain wanting in a certain perspicacity. Oh my god. My lord has always said that if one learns not from a plight, then no discourse with them shall bear fruit. Instead of giving me a straight answer, Digong left me with only a puzzling comment before she brushed past us. I've given you courtesy enough. This is a good time for us to depart. Now, do stay nicely within your borders as you have remained there thus far. I will greatly despise an odd splash of ink marring the great painting. With that, Digong walked into the shadows cast beneath the forest of buildings. Zilu and the countless Heisho that surrounded us also disappeared with them. Finally. I looked around just in time to see Oda's class while the rest of the sinners lay dead or barely clinging to life. And there was Jia Shichun, who had collapsed to the floor as well, and Wei, who was tending to her wounds. And me, who somehow survived through all that without getting decapitated. And the night that put us through multiple brushes with death came to an end. The day breaks. Yeah, and that's pretty much everything that's happened. That big brother Chiu. See. Once the day broke, we decided to take a quick walk outside to recover a little from the exhaustion of the night. It was also to decide our course of action from here on, and we also had to decide if we wanted to travel with Jia Shichun, with whom we shared our destination. Hello? Did you forget how to make a concerned face or something? How are you maintaining that irritating poker face through the whole conversation? Of course not. Classic Jia family secrecy, huh? Always hiding something, and I bet you are too. If you are, you better spit it out now. I don't have the time to casual with my to-be enemy. Shichun, as I've always said, the seat of the family hierarchy is of no... Fine, even if you're lying, I do know that you haven't prepared anything for your assignment anyway. Changing the subject? Jia Shichun, who was chatting with Hong Lu, methodically slowed down enough to walk right next to me as though she was executing steps of a plan. You lead my brother's faction, don't you? About what I wanted to talk to you about earlier. I guess I do, for now I guess. Earlier, oh, this is about a conversation back at the Kazan. The brother translations, please. Of course, Dante is unquestionably our manager. Great, let me make a proposal then. Become my faction for the duration of the family hierarchy evaluations. Help me out. What? It's a... Can we do that? Can we do that? Why not? You guys managed to stall even the sweepers. That means you command a formidable force. Besides, you're headed to the family mansion anyway, aren't you? You just don't know what to do once you get there. And as for competition, well, my brother doesn't care about the whole thing anyway. So why don't you join me? Help me become the family hierarch. I'm not like our other older siblings. I always pay my debts, whether that's for a favor or for a grudge. If you can't trust me, I'm happy to make a written... Can we do that, Faust? Well, Steve, Jia Shichun's plan, her explanation of it, at least rather flawless. Having such an ally at the apex of a wing will be a great boon to Limbus Company as well. I guess so. Then I don't see any reason to refuse her offer. Honglu, who's been listening in on our conversation, boiled the discussion down to a clear explanation and related to Jia Shichun. Perfect. It is said that formation of such alliances should come with a grand banquet to mark the occasion and to cement the upcoming coalition. The banquet's on me. Once we get closer to the central zone, let's find a nice kazan to discuss our future ventures together. You're Dante, right? Let's make things, let's make this thing work. Let's. I was still bewildered by the turn of events, but Jia Shichun reached out for a handshake with such earnestness that I found myself almost drawn to shake her hand in return. Now that I think about it, this is the first time we ever made ourselves an ally that wasn't specifically selected by the company, huh? Well, if that's the case, I really hope we can have at least one ally who doesn't meet a terrible end. After the banquet, we walked out of the Kazan to find Mistopheles waiting for us in the middle of the road. Wow, man, I never thought about it, but now that it's just standing like this in the middle of the street, it really stands out, doesn't it? Is this your usual ride? Glad to see you're all safe. Sod and Pilot walked out from inside the bus. Uh-huh, so did you guys take care of the business? I have some more pressing things to talk about. Listen, Will, do you have any idea how much trouble your subordinate's little connection... Yes, Miss Falls already gave me a report. Pilot? Boy, yes ma'am. By the way, he's awkwardly stepping forward. He probably already got a hell of a talking to from Saud. Real mighty sorry about that, y'all. I've only ever been part of eradication missions, never in this espionage business, so... Pilot, what did I say about mixing excuses into an apology? Forget what I said, I'm really mighty sorry, for real. This Jingtao guy approached me and sweet-talked me into going along with that plan of his. So I got too cocky, assuming that I knew better than my seniors. I'm sorry too, I forgot that he's still a new guy in the business. Of course he'd be prone to making these mistakes. Looks like we'll both be writing letters to explain our failure together, huh? You're both getting disciplined for this? The disciplinary action is unlikely to be anything of significance. The LCB team came out unscathed of all things considered, however, it is likely that they may have to work for half a year without pay. I consider it a win if all we're getting is docked pay. Next time, I do promise. Next time I'm gonna get real good at this job. I'm gonna become someone who can actually provide good assistance to y'all. Of course, Pilot, you really should. In fact, you will have no choice but to become a contributing member of the team when I'm done with you. Let's really get to it, huh? No one's really dying or getting fired under my watch as long as I'm the manager. I'll make sure of that. Yeah. Alright, almost I forgot to tell you, Assad. It's real important business stuff going forward. We're gonna... Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up sooner or later. We just got the orders from the LCA. So I produced a small device from our pockets and began reading from it. Upon arrival at the central zone of H Corp, the LCB will participate in family hierarchy evaluation with a candidate. We were going to anyway. Now this bus team faction is gonna be mine. The LCB will present the following sinners as their chosen candidate. Sinner number 6, Honglu. Huh? Huh? What the fuck? What? You cannot do that! What the hell? You Olivia, I'm gonna make you throw up everything you just said, you assholes. Honglu's like, I don't got interest, I don't got interest, I don't got interest, and then they're like, alright! You know, the next chosen person that's gonna do it, it's gonna be you, bro. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, we got the Otis ego.
나는 분명 가위를 내겠다고 했을 텐데.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute though. Oh. Is this good enough to replace? We'll still keep this for now then.
밤이 되었지만 퇴근할 수
Eh. You know, I was gonna play some Canto 8, but I just didn't expect the interlude to be that long. It was so long. Thank you for the hydrate mirror. Thank you. Let me hydrate. Dude, my voice is dead. Long road ahead. Fuck. Yeah, I might stop here. I'm kind of sad because I thought the interlude was gonna be a lot shorter. So I was gonna start Canto 8 a bit, but like I'm just, oh my god. 30 past 12 a.m. Okay. We'll start Canto 8 another day. We'll start Canto 8 another day. Sorry about that, guys. I'll make sure that I'll try to start it this week though. Yeah. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you guys. I do have plans for possibly tomorrow that I will continue my Persona 3 reload stream. I'll probably post on my Discord and my Twitter when my next stream is gonna be, or if it'll happen tomorrow. We'll see, will be, probably. But yes. Thank you guys for coming by. That was... that... I don't know, I'm just... I guess Canto 8 will be the journey where like Honglu's kind of like, I guess like... beating everybody for the hierarchy, I guess, but also at the same time he doesn't want to. I don't know. I don't really know what to like. It's like I know what to expect, but I also don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm excited. I'm excited. It's a lot? Okay. Oh really? Okay, okay. Ooh. I will suffer? No, stop.
본격적인 정의 집행의 시작일 텐데. 시간으로서 도와야지 않겠는가? 피곤하긴 하네.
Man. Okay. Alright, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Does that mean the one final sort of victim was nerfed or chill, by the way? Yeah. Okay, okay. Thank God it was nerfed. Alright. Bye-bye. Good night. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Whatever time it is for you guys over there. Bye-bye. Whee!